sir.
Sorry, but not sorry. Boxing Talk with CamJNetwork, man. And I got my co-host with me tonight, man. My
Yes,
boy
sir.
Doobies Ring, man.
You
And
know it.
shout out to my dog, man. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, my boy. Blessed and highly favored. You know, you can't complain when you live in this life, man.
For sure, man. For sure, dog. Yeah, man.
Oh
Just to
shoot,
get
hold on. I
yeah.
got it. I got got it playing on both backgrounds. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
for
here. I'm
sure.
here.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, man, just to get the show started, man, we got a lot of topics and stuff, man. But mainly, you already know we're gonna get a Fundora versus Booker predictions tonight, and of course, Cambosis versus Jake Wiley. Man, this fight
Woo.
is crazy.
Yeah.
Uh, but and
Oh
they
man, you know
fighting.
who I want to talk about from that card? That big boy. What's his name? He got this first last name the same name. Man, I did a video on him. I can't even remember his name. It's drawing a blank. But you know who I'm talking about. We'll pull it up.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah,
Yep.
man. But I'm already ready, man, for sure, man. We can go ahead and run back with your boy, man, Keith Thurman, man,
One
last week
time.
getting a third
Come
round
on, man.
knockout, man, on his
He's
first fight back in 3 years, man. How you
Come
feel
on,
about
man.
that?
You gotta give it to the man. Come on, you gotta give it to the man. New weight class after a 3 year layoff. Eh, you know, a lot of people, you know, when I posted, you saw I had posted a video. A lot of people had counted my boy Keith out and still counting him out. I'm like, dang, cut my boy some slack, man, for
Fact,
real. What he
fact,
did was surgical. I'm gonna be honest. He didn't show he. We all see he is a little older. We can see that. But what he did show, and I kind of quote this from Showbiz the Adult, and I had to run it back to see that boy Keith still got that hand speed, and he put Brock Jarvis' lights out in round three. So you got to
fact.
get look. Come on, let's give my boy some credit, man. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was phenomenal.
Facts, man. Yeah, that I was surprised to see Keith do his thing the way he did it for real, man. Like, you know what I mean? Especially on the 3 year layoff, but even though the competition a little lackluster, but just to see him come
Yeah,
off, with a 3 round knockout,
come
third round
on.
knockout, I'm cool with that for sure, man. And
Yeah,
I'm
man.
definitely
And I want to see Earl have a fight like that. If Earl can have a comeback fight with, I'm not saying he got to be like a Australian Brock Jarvis type of guy, but
right.
have us. You don't gotta have a super big fight to just start off kicking it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
We could get that shit. Get my boy rolling, man. I want to see Earl get back in the ring, man. Earl the truth, man. Let's get Earl back in the ring.
Yeah,
We gotta
man. I
push for that.
mean, talk about it with Keith. Keith after the fight, he called out, Earl Spence.
Yep.
Of course, he called out Tim Zoo, man. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Earl Spence, of course, he's almost over 2 years, pretty almost 2.5 years
Yeah,
almost from
man.
fighting,
Oh
Bud
man.
Crawford, man, which, still hurt my soul to this day. But at the
Oh
same
man.
time, though, yeah, I mean, Earl, he he got I always said like for us him coming back, he don't like tune up. So I always say in general, like, bro, like take you a tune up on a comeback and then get you one of those championship fights if you want to do that
Yeah.
for real, you know what I mean? But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, all roads leads to Keith Thurman possibly facing Tim Zoo, because Tim Zoo
Yeah.
is
It just
fighting Joy Spencer in April, and
it makes sense.
they're
They
gonna
just
end up making them end up
Yep.
possibly meet finally because they were supposed to fight last year, but
Yep.
Keith Thurman got hurt, and
Got
then it
hurt.
ended up being for Sebastian Fundora, ended up fighting Tim Zoo, and then he ended up capturing the title away from Tim Zoo. Then Tim Zoo had a little different year last year, man.
Yeah.
But
Oh man.
I'm
Cause that
definitely,
Bachra,
I'm
yo.
definitely liking what Keith did, man. I mean, the Earl. See, Earl. The thing about him, he said he'd never give Keith, a shot in fighting him. You know what I'm saying? After
Mm-hmm.
the way Keith did him for real. You know what I'm saying? Keith was kind of
Yeah.
holding the titles hostage and stuff, not trying to
Yeah.
give Earl a shot back in the day. So
Yeah.
now you got the same thing, kind of vice versa a little bit, even though both of them don't got titles at the moment right now.
Right.
But at the same time, yeah, I mean, Earl. Like you get you a tune up, and then hey,
Come back, baby.
that
Come
gonna
back.
fight by, you know what I'm saying, the fight, you know what I'm saying, with
We,
Keith, you know what I'm saying, may look lovely, man, for real. You know what I mean?
yeah,
If Keith end up, fighting Tim Tszyu and getting past Tim Tszyu, because
yeah,
that's a fight that PBC look like they're most likely gonna make. And they'll
yeah. And
probably end up
I think
making
I
Keith
favor Keith
Thurman
in
up
that fight.
on, they'll probably bring him to Keith Thurman up to Australia for that fight as well.
Yeah, I favor Keith in that fight. I do.
Yeah. Keith
I
over
you,
Tim Tszyu?
I am. I'm favoring him. I
Oh
just feel
no.
like
I
the
gotta see what
momentum.
Tim Tszyu look like against Roy Spencer first, man. That's a
Yeah,
tough fight
once I
for
see
Tim
how he look,
Tszyu.
yeah, we got to see how he look versus him. Like if
I
he put his
respect
lights
Tim
out
Tszyu because he be
like
taking
Keith did,
bangers.
if he put his lights out like Keith did, you know what I mean? Then I
Oh,
then I
Andy,
can.
we gonna get the hey, we gonna
Oh,
get
now
the
we ain't forget about
Jamel.
Charlo.
We gonna get the
Don't worry,
Jamel,
Ollie. We ain't
man.
forget.
I got some news on Jamel, man.
Yeah, we definitely gonna chop it up about Jamel. And I hope, man, he's mentally getting right, mentally healthy to come back, because that seems to be the case. The barrier first from his comebacks is himself, man, and he's a talent, man. Even though we all had saw that lackluster performance against the great Canelo, but come
Uh,
on, man, we all know what the Charlo boys could do, man. So I
yeah, for
definitely
sure.
want to push for them to get back in the ring. I'm behind boxing 100%. We behind boxing 100% for
For
sure.
sure.
Well,
For
let me
man.
just share this real quick to the chat real quick. I got a little chat here. Let me just share this to my boys real quick.
Yeah, had to
Look, look,
raise
look,
you
look.
up, my boy Ali, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Ali, man, showing us love in here. Yup. All right, all right. I had to share that out. Whoever joined, but we gonna show love here.
For
We gonna show
sure,
love here.
man.
We active. We active.
For sure, man. And yeah, man. So one of the other fights to cover from last week, man, was the young bull, man, Javier Herrera, man. End up last week, man. End
Send me
up
a contract.
everybody was going crazy about this fight, man. He got a 6th round knockout, man. You know what I'm saying? All the Shakur fans, they was like, man, he trash. You know what I'm
Man,
saying? He
yo,
had a lackluster
I
performance. He
love
looked like
that guy.
he ain't worth the fight Shakur. You know what I'm saying? But I
Yup.
mean, the guy's 17 and 0 with 15 knockouts. He's a southpaw. He's young. He's athletic. He got
Hungry.
power. That was an opponent that a lot of fans want to see Shakur fight. That we want to see Shakur fight. Athletic southpaw with some power. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's something that we know that he had trouble with a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
And here he is right here with Herrera, man. He up here on his heels. He talking about he gonna kill Shakur and everything. Like,
I love that guy. His personality, it's almost like, man, if he spoke clear English, man, he's a superstar for sure. He said, I know, baby. Send me your contract. Come on, man. He's a star. He's a star. He's ready. I don't care. I want to see it. Put the fight on. Like, ain't that the big
hey,
saying these days? Put the fucking fight on. Excuse my
man, for
language, my
real,
fault.
bro.
But we want to see it. We got to get it going. Let's go. Sign these contracts, man. Shakur, who you gonna fight? Who you gonna fight?
For real, man. Because, like I said, we're gonna get a little bit into
Come on,
Shakur in
baby
a little
grip.
bit in a
Like, let's
minute, but
go. No
I
disrespect.
like
I love Shakur.
but Shakur. That's what I'm saying. Right now, with the landscape of what's going on for Shakur, you got Tank. He busy right now.
Right.
Tank busy. Lomachenko, he ain't popping out right now.
At
You ain't
all.
fighting Keyshawn.
Yup.
So who else you gonna fight? Joe Cordina?
Might
You know
and
what I'm
you ain't
saying?
giving
Like,
you ain't trying to give the young bulls a chance because you feel like they ain't big enough. You ain't trying to fight
he don't
Abdullah
want to
Mason
fight no
because you
power
feel like
puncher,
Abdullah
man.
Mason.
That's
Oh, you
what
gonna
it
say what you said
is,
about Kid
man.
Austin? He just a kid. He just a kid. What about Raymond Mortai? He young too. He just a kid. But all these guys are young and hungry and they ready. You know what I'm saying? They ready. So I
Yeah,
just
you
feel
gotta
like
stay busy. You gotta stay
you
busy at
gotta
one
stay
point. You know
busy.
what I'm
Like
saying? Like, I mean, you ain't fighting the other guys, so you gotta fight
all the
somebody.
guys,
And the only
all the
guy,
guys is
the
fighting
only
one or
guy
two
ranked
times.
that is that look good is Herrera in the WBC. at 135. The only guy to look good is Herrera right now, and
Right.
it's an easy fight to make due to him
Mm-hmm.
being with Frank Warren on the zone.
Yup.
Easy fight to make.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I
I mean,
definitely
me
agree.
personally with Herrera, I mean the performance wasn't crazy. Do I think he'll beat Shakur? I don't. I mean, I
Prop.
think Shakur probably. I think he'll get the win.
Yeah,
I think Shakur get the
I
win.
agree. I
But I
think because
mean,
he's
same time, I want to see the fight though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
if Shakur ain't getting busy with these other guys, I would like to see the fight personally. But the Shakur fans, let them talk. They telling they don't want the fight. They talking about he a bum, talking about he
yep,
trash. You know what I'm saying? Like the Shakur fans, man, they tough, man. They
yeah,
tough, man. Like,
yeah.
but other
Shout
than
out
that,
to
I
P
like the
Lob.
fight though.
My boy P Lob said, "What up?
Yo, what it look like?
What up, man?"
Okay, he said it's gonna be. Hey, man, Kurt Scooby, man.
Kurt,
You know what I'm saying?
we
Another guy he
we
could, you
gotta
know what I'm
talk
saying,
about those
bang
fighters
with.
over there at OTX, man, because I'm not really too sold on them yet.
I ain't too sold on Kurt Scooby myself for real. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not
But
so like
I mean,
OTX fighters.
put him out. Hey, put him out there. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
I just we gonna talk about that. But what about that Nick Ball fight? That
yeah,
boy, he went. He defended that belt. He was looking good. He's basically even I kind of seen him kind of flat. I don't know if he always fights like that, but he was trying to take his head off. He ended up being flat footed. I think I want to say middle rounds 5 to 6, and I kind of noticed that. And I don't against it anyway. I don't think he ain't gonna be pushing him back like that. And I
man,
think anyway he's gonna be pushing him back. I imagine a bigger anyway, just a little bigger anyway. But
man.
Nick Ball though, I don't want to take too much light off of him because Champ defended his belt. He got a lot of people that he could fight as well, like Shushu Carrington. He called him out too. He said he's willing to even go to Liverpool and then take the strap back to New York City. You seen that?
Yeah. I mean, Nick Ball, man. I like Nick Ball.
I do.
You know what I'm saying? He definitely put on a good performance last week. You know what I'm saying? It was like he was kind of rushing to try to get dude out of there more so than anything,
Yeah,
man. But
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Do
Well,
you think
you
you
know,
think he even got up for that fight type thing? Like, what do you think that was? Because he did was just he kind of didn't even he didn't respect him at all.
yeah,
Mind
he
you, he
just
was
try to
coming off
run
a
through him
knockout
and
loss
get the
against
fight
English.
over with. You know what I'm saying? And then at 126,
Mm-hmm.
this is like who else who out there for Nick Ball? Like you got Shoo. Is he gonna try to
Yep, Ray
like
Ford moved up.
Espinosa?
So Ray Ford, the guy who lost the strap to Nick Ball, he moved up. He had 30 now. 30 getting cracking too. I ain't gonna lie. 30's starting to look okay.
I mean, because he's looking. I mean, they're expecting anyway to move up to 120, 126.
Right.
But I
Yeah.
don't know. Anyway has no intentions of doing so right now at the moment, unless the money look good for him to to fight a Nick Ball. But I'm just
I
looking at Nick Ball right now. He at number two, for the WBA.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be trying to make that fight. You got Elijah Pierce. Oh, Brandon Figueroa, he's in the mix. He of course he
Yeah.
just
Sort of.
oh
I mean, yeah, he got to come back. That Brandon Figueroa, he got to come back because that was just too sluggish of a fight against Cool Boy. Yeah, I know he could fight a lot. I know that's his style, but he was just way too sluggish. And Cool Boy was just precise on that fight. So,
fast.
oh,
Yeah, I
I
mean,
forgot
and
this.
Cool Boy. I mean, look at that. Even with Cool Boy just winning against Figueroa in that fight. No, he's number one for the WBC at 126. So
Right.
I've already seen him on interviews saying that he definitely looking at wanting to to try to get a title shot with no Cool Boy pretty much talking about maybe trying to get the fight in New York or something like that.
Yep.
It's interesting. Then you got Rafael Espinosa. You know what I'm saying? He got that WBO title.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then
Espinoza, he cracking. He
hey, he
cracking.
nice. That
He
boy
cracking.
nice.
That boy,
He probably the best guy at 126 out of
I
all
agree.
four of them, to be honest.
I agree. I feel like he can claim all of the belts.
Yeah.
He got that type of talent, and he's young. He's ferocious, and I think he's definitely one of them. That Espinoza is one of them.
I don't think
If
Nick
y'all
Bond
if
looking
y'all never
into
watched Espinoza
unifying you
fight,
right
y'all,
now, though.
if y'all never watched him fight, go look up his last 3 fights.
That boy,
Cold.
right?
That boy cold.
That's
That
why I
boy
said he
cold.
probably the best at 126 out of all four of them. That all the even Angelo, Leo. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, you feel me? Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. Let's kick it back on other fight, man. That was like from last week. Your young boy, man. Let's get into the Mo Williams card, man. Your young boy, man. You can go and talk about your young boy, man. What's
Man.
hyped about your boy?
Man.
He got a stoppage in his hometown.
Come on now. Come
Maury
on now.
Jones.
Say that again.
What's his name? Maury Jones.
Yeah, come on, man. Yo, Bangas, yo, he's an Olympian. If y'all, that was his debut fight too. I do think they stopped that fight a little early, and it could have been a bit more impressive. It would have been more impressive if ref let that go a little bit longer. But
Right.
that boy, he got so much skill, man. I see a little Shakur in him. Uh, he gotta I don't know. I don't know. I do see a technical Shakur in him, but he got some fast hands. His
Yeah.
hands is he let them
He
things
got a
go.
long reach, real long
Long
reach. He
reach.
tall.
That was that at welterweight?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah, that was at
147.
47. So, ooh, yeah, I think they're gonna try to move him fast and match him because he started off with a tough opponent. He ain't start off with no 0-0 guy. He didn't start off with no guy that was
Eddie Hearn don't
he
got
had a
nobody at 147 at their matchroom either,
yeah, he ain't fighting no regular old journeyman. He fought a guy
other
who
than
probably
Boots.
yeah.
Well,
Boots.
I think for as you already know, it's gonna take him at
Boots
least
ain't
probably
I
about.
don't know if
It's probably
Boots is
gonna take
gonna
him at
be
least
there.
about a good solid 3 years for him to get in the championship contention. Probably though, how they gonna move him, unless they try to move him fast because he
I,
Olympian. Probably
I think they will. That's what I'm thinking. I
that's a
think they'll move
possibility.
him. I think they'll move him like a because Todd Break do things a little different. But I was gonna say they gonna move him like a Keyshawn, but I don't see him having a I gotta see his personality a little more in order for me to determine if they can even move him that way. Because
Yeah, I
Keyshawn
mean,
got a super.
you see him after the post, his post fight
Yeah,
interview.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
he kind of
I
had a
still
little
gotta
bit
see
of
some more.
a little flamboyance
He,
about
he
him a little bit.
yeah, he's confident though. He's definitely confident.
Yeah,
I love that about him. He ain't scared of talking. He don't got a personality that doesn't draw you, but he doesn't draw everybody. I don't think yet. I just feel like we gotta see more. Like I
facts.
said, he lets his hands go. He got tight defense, good head movement, good footwork from what I seen in those couple rounds. But again, we got to see more rounds. We got to see more activity. We got to see more experience. And we supposed to see him on that Boots card coming up.
Facts.
You know,
Facts. He
we
running it
definitely
right
gonna see
back.
him again, and hopefully he look as good, if not better. Man, getting early stoppages, getting them guys out of there. When you starting off, that's what you want to do. You want to see them guys getting them guys out of there. We don't want to see those guys, going for the distance every time. Like, no offense to like some of the Vargas boys going the distance. You seen the Vargas last fight? His defense wasn't sharp at all. You know what I'm
That's a
saying? We don't
fact.
want to. It just does. It just shows you. I'm not saying these guys can't get better because that's what you work hard. You train hard. You know what I'm saying. But you want to see you want to see these things early, so you can kind of know where the trajectory's at a bit.
Fact.
But like I said, it's boxing, so these things can change on the fly, Cam.
That's a fact, bro. It's always subject to change for sure,
Like,
man.
come on, Bruno Saras
Sure.
versus Munguia. That had to be there's no crazier upset than that. It can't be.
Fact.
That was supposed to be his return fight back home in what was it, Tijuana? I think that's where he's from. He had a return fight back home. He was looking good for a little bit, and then out of nowhere, boom! He got on the ropes and got hit with that right. And then I thought he was at least gonna get up.
Yeah,
I, come on, yo,
man.
that shit put him out of here. That shit got him out of there. He didn't just lose; he got flatlined at home. Come on, man. Boxing is crazy, man. And if y'all, I'm telling you, this is gonna be a great year for boxing, Cam. Be ready for this
Man,
shit.
facts, man. And then go into the next little fight that we talking from that card, man. Belanga, man. You was going
Mantequilla.
crazy on him the other day,
That
man.
boy said he got more first round knockouts than Mike Tyson. He's the best
Man,
puncher
bro,
ever. Stop playing with that boy Edgar, man. Are y'all kidding
bro, man, this dude Edgar, bro.
me?
That man,
Yo,
that boy still celebrating the loss from Canelo. Still, man, even
yeah,
after he just got a first round knockout, like man, I've been in the ring with Canelo. Like he really like feeling like he an
yo,
A side
he
type of
is
guy right now,
he is
and
definitely
he happy
delusional.
about being a free agent. Obviously, but no, it looked like Eddie Hearn still want to work with him though from the post fight interview for real.
Right. Yo, he's so delusional. Bless you, gang. But
Good,
he's so delusional. I feel like there's a lot of like you said, there's a lot of delusional guys in boxing. But god damn, this popular, yo, and he got fans for this shit.
bro, for
People,
real.
people, people got Edgar Berlanga fans because of these first round knockouts, man. And I just wish I could pull that shit up. I don't know how to work this shit yet, y'all. But I wish I could pull it up and show y'all the collage of his first round knockouts. Just some of them. All of them guys been out of there multiple times, not just one time. Every last one of them have been out of there multiple times in their career. And I'm not saying that first round knockouts aren't impressive. They are. They're very impressive. But everybody got all that energy. And how many first round knockouts Wilder got? I'm pretty sure he got some. Come on, right
Man,
hand.
I
Come
know
on,
he
think
got
about
some,
that.
bro.
He fought similar competition to Edgar Berlanga, in my opinion.
You already
So
know he got some.
you know what I'm saying? He got a few, but damn, he got 17 all cans. That's crazy, man. You got 17 knockouts to all cans. And that's no
Bruh.
disrespect. I'm not trying to call because if you get in that square circle, I don't want to call you a bum. You train hard, but damn, your skill level just isn't there. It's not there. You fighting guys here, and your skill levels here. It just doesn't. It doesn't add up to anything good but a first round knockout. Goddamn.
Facts, man.
That's what it should be. That's why when you see all them odds that's minus 2,600, and I want to see knockouts with them shits, not points. I
Facts.
want to. You're a favorite like that for a reason. I want to see knockouts, finishes, put them to sleep.
There go, yeah, Belango, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't wasn't too impressed with the, performance. Of course,
It
that's
was
something
a
that he's
good
supposed.
knockout
It's
though.
something that you're supposed to. It was a good highlight
That
knockout. It
he
looked
said. He
good
said,
for a
"There
highlight.
goes the Nyquil."
You know what I'm
Yo, that
saying?
was
But
crazy.
dude, I mean, dude wasn't good for real. And he of course he
10 years
called
out
out
of prison.
Caleb
He
Plant.
just came home
He
from
called
2
out
years.
Jamel. He called out Jamel Charlo. He
Mungia,
called out
Mungia,
a lot
Canelo.
of guys like guys at 168, man. Like man Gear.
Yeah, he said
Um
Mungia. He said
he don't want to
Charlo. He
fight
called
Gabe
out Canelo.
Rosario, man. Gabe Rosario won't smoke with him, man. He don't want to fight, bro.
You
I
could
want
have
to see the
fought
fight.
him. Yeah, he could have fought him instead of Montekia. I get Montekia got a decent record on paper, but the man just did 10 years. He
Facts.
just did 10 years. That's crazy, bro.
Facts.
Come on, man, with that shit.
Man, bro, like that's what I'm just saying in general, bro.
And
Like
I'm sorry
Belanga,
if I'm yelling, y'all. I'm excited. This is my
If
first time.
Belanga, man, if he gonna try to sign up for a fight, try to get the Caleb Plant fight. That's the fight that PBC,
Right.
and Eddie Hearn should try to, go
I
ahead and
think they should
put
push
that
that.
together, man. They already got the storyline put together.
Yeah.
It should be an easy fight to make. But the only problem is, of course, now that Belanga's a free agent now, of course,
Mm-hmm.
so we don't know what he gonna do because this man obviously he has this big head. Pause. While this man thinking that he's the A side now, like he think he's the real live A side now,
Yeah.
as far as any fight that he has, you know what I'm saying, unless it's Canelo, which is that's gonna be a problem in negotiations for fights for him.
Mm.
Like that ain't gonna work, bro. You gonna have to have you gotta in a fight with Caleb Plant, you would not be the A side over at Caleb Plant.
Right. Yeah, I just feel like Caleb Plant. How you get down here, boy? My fault. My son just
You
got.
good?
Yo, one sec. One sec. My fault, bro. My fault, Caleb.
Oh, don't hate that out. I don't get you. Sit your ass down. Why you work?
Oh, good. My dog going crazy over here.
My boy snuck
But
his way
other than that,
downstairs,
though,
Cam.
man, yeah, Berlanga, man,
He done
it
stuck
feel
his
like
way downstairs. But yeah, Berlanga, man, I just feel like I do want to see him against those boys though. I want to see him against those high
okay,
level
guys.
competition guys like a
Get in
Mungia,
here.
like a Caleb Plant, because all these guys ain't perfect no more. If you think about it, there's no O's really at that weight class. Everybody got a loss. Everybody's fighting each other. It seemed like for the most part, yeah, it's gapped out. But if we could get these fights going, they're cracking over there. It's a dog eat dog world. It's kind of a graveyard over there. It's like they trying to get them going. Like Caleb Plant is coming off a knockout. He just came off a knockout victory.
Tough opponent too with Maccabi.
Munguia though, he's coming off of a loss. He's still there. Even though he
Yeah,
knocked out McCumbie's a great fighter. Don't forget he knocked Caleb Plant down.
yeah. Somebody said he's supposed to fight somebody the other day, man. I forgot who it
He
was.
got a fight coming up.
Maccabi. I can't think of who it actually
Oh, we
was.
gonna have to get on that, Cam.
I didn't
We gonna have
figure
to
it out.
get on that.
I
We
forgot
gonna
who
have to
it
get
was.
on that.
But
I
yeah,
got I
man,
got
Belango, man, cool performance. We want to see who you fight next, man. Hopefully, it's one of the guys that you do want to fight.
yeah.
Hopefully, you don't have no ego. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's a
And
free agent though. It should
you
be
feel
easy. I want to see you
don't
get
have no
one of these
ego in
fights.
these negotiations with these fights, man. Just be able to try to make these fights happen, man, for
Yep.
sure, man. And
Send him a contract.
Ammo Williams, man, had a tough fight, man.
Yeah.
In that main event of that fight, man.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Good
Cause
win for Ammo. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
don't really got too much to say about it, really too much.
it wasn't. I don't really got too much to say on that fight either. But what I did like how his coach really kept him, kept his head in the game. He had a real tight corner. So I think it's really hard to over when you and he was listening. He was coming. He was telling him throw the double jab. He was telling him get in there, boom, boom, move his feet. He was doing those things. Yeah, he did. And when he got lazy, coach put that ice bag on his head and he got him. He got his head back in the game, and that's what won him that fight decisively, in my opinion. So,
Facts.
not too much to say on that. Great win from Ammo. Keep doing your thing. I want to see more big fights because Voney was a tough opponent, and he
What
long
definitely
and
was.
he remind me of Shiraz a lot. Now, I think didn't Shiraz move up to 68? I don't think Shiraz even at 60 no
Yeah.
more.
Yeah,
So
he just moved up to 168 just
so
now.
he ain't even got to worry about him. He might want to get his get back though. I
Yeah,
want
I
to see him get his
mean,
get back.
for Ammo, looking for Ammo personally. Just look at the landscape for him. Like Ammo, where he at? He in the
Who's all the
WBA
160
rankings.
champs?
He in the WBA rankings and the IBF rankings. The 160 champs IBF is Janet back, man. Of course,
Oh
you
shit.
asked about him last night in the group last night. WBA champ Lars Landelaar and
Mm.
WBC Carlos Adames, and then
Oh yeah.
Janabek got that WBO
Damn.
too. So Janabek got two of them straps over there at top rank. Then you got two PBC guys. Laura and Adames got two straps that over there at PBC.
Yo, if you don't mind me asking, who you favor out of all the champs right now? Those are some tough picks.
all of them is 50-50 fights for real, to be honest.
Right.
I
I feel
mean,
like
they all style classes. I mean, Laura and Adonis, they
I haven't really seen too much of Larry's
They
Landing.
both Cuban, right? So that'll be an interesting fight to see both of them Cuban go at it.
That Eris Landy Lara, he nice. He real nice.
Yeah, yeah. You know, he had a controversial fight with Canelo. You know what I mean?
Oh
Where a lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
people thought that
Oh
he should have won
shit, he's
that.
the 160 champ, but he
Yeah,
older though.
he just stopped Danny Garcia this past year.
Damn, he's at 41. Damn.
Yeah,
Yo, that's great. I gotta look into him a little bit more.
yeah. Ask
I
Mike
gotta
White.
look
He
into him
nice,
a bit
man.
more.
He just stopped Danny Garcia, man. You know what I'm
That's
saying? He
crazy.
nice at 160. He had that
Damn,
he done had that title at 160 for a hot minute, man. So it's
damn.
interesting to see what ammo. I mean, I don't know what route he would go. Cause I
Hmm.
mean he with Eddie Hearn
Right.
and I mean he's ranked in 3 of the
I
sectional
know he's
bodies.
pushing for it though.
So
He's
I mean
pushing for it.
the easy fight, the fight that I think he will try to make will probably be try to make a fight with Adamas.
Yeah,
But
I see that. I see
I
that
mean,
happening. Like I'll see Adonis doing that and then
I
fighting.
can see Adamas and Laura end up eventually probably unifying with both of them being on PBC. That'll
That's
be
what
an
I'm
easy
thinking.
fight for them to
That's
make.
exactly what I'm thinking. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
I mean, looking at no,
Cause
looking at Ammo got to
Janabek's the
work it. And then
problem.
you got to think about it. Ammo got to work himself back in the rankings. So see
Yeah,
if he
cause
can try to
yep,
fight like a
cause of
Shane
that loss.
Mosley. You know what I'm saying? Or
Damn. I think Janabek. Damn. Janabek
Connor
Adamas is what I would
Coyle,
see happening. I think I would see Janabek versus Adamas.
Tyrone Davis.
Mm.
That'll be a
160's hot.
decent fight.
These weight these weight classes, when you start breaking them down the way you breaking them down, Cam, you start realizing like, damn, we really do got some hot ass fights that we really could make.
Yeah.
Pause if that sounds crazy. I don't know. It kind of went over my head. Pause. But you know, I just gotta make sure. You gotta make sure it's initiated in the motherfucking chat. But for
For
the most part,
sure.
I think 160. I think 160 is hot. Damn, all these wait 54, 30, 47 starting to heat up. Damn, we got some fights.
Yeah, bro.
We got
Like
some
he got
fights,
some
man.
fights,
I
man, for
think
sure.
cruiserweight might be one of the weakest classes, other than because they don't got much. I don't know how much they really have. I need to
It's
start
only
looking into
overtime
cruiser.
up there, man. I did hear, Benavidez on that Jay Paul interview that he did the other day, talking about that he was considering possibly going to cruiserweight, but I don't think he gonna do it right now,
I
no
don't
time
see
soon.
why he would do it unless he look like. What do you think he's walk? What do you think he's walking around at, David?
He said on the podcast that he said now with him being at 175, he only has to lose about 22, 23 pounds.
Okay,
So
so he's close to two.
he a little bit over two, like between 205.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So I mean, with that fight, I mean we'll see what's up with ammo coming up next, man. But
Yeah.
let's get into some of the other shit. Let's get to the juicy topics. Then we can get to the predictions
Yo,
because I
he
see
said
what my man's
Fundora, the
Carlos. Shout
Indian
out to
guy from
Carlos
Street
over
Fighter
there.
with them long hands.
You already know I'm ready for the juicy shit now, man. It's time to get to the popping, man. So Lamont Roach, man, of course, man. Let me go ahead and talk about it. Lamont Roach and Tank Davis. Shout out to my boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, man.
Yep.
He put out the paperwork of them trying to get the venue for T-Mobile Arena registered and locked down and
The
everything
rematch.
for June 21st. PBC
Yes, sir.
TGB Promotions. You know what I'm saying? So it look
Yes,
like we're
sir.
gonna have Lamar Roach and Tank Davis rematch June 21st at T-Mobile Arena. And let me go ahead and say this now because y'all already know in my video I said last week. I predicted. I said Tank had a rematch. Make the rematch be in Las Vegas, man. Take Lamont ass up there to Las Vegas. make his all these new Lamont Roach fans, all of that's all out here. Make them travel from DC and all of that to Vegas
I think they're
and
gonna
beat
do it.
that man in the rematch out there. And that's what he's doing, man. The fight is in
I think
Vegas.
that I if Tank's too great of a fighter to not adapt, so I do see him adjusting. But the problem is I feel like Lamont, and I rewatched this fight at least twice now.
Facts.
Lamont Roach has some really tight defense, and if Tank don't up his volume, I don't see how he can punch the counter open. I don't see how he can, and he Lamont's making him fight inside, so it's taking away the leverage that he has from the power, like Frank Martin. Frank Martin, he was, getting cornered the whole fight, backing up the whole fight, and
Facts.
that's what Tank made easy money. He was murked. He got murked early, soon as he hit it. So
Yeah.
so my opinion, I feel like if, like I said, I think Tank is too great of a fighter. He has too great of a skill set, too great of a team, too great of a style, and that's no glazing. I just feel like if he doesn't adapt, Lamont Roach is gonna come in. He's gonna come in with confidence. And he,
Right.
in his mind, he won that fight because a lot of
Right.
people think he won that fight. In his mind, Tank took that knee. In his mind, he feel like he made Tank resort to dirty tactics. So now I think Lamont Roach has a supreme confidence, still tight defense, strong punch power. Not saying he's like gonna flatline Tank or nothing like that, but he has the ability to hurt him because we seen it.
Yeah.
And if Tank don't adjust, it will Lamont Roach will get a victory. But I just, like I said, I
Yeah,
think he's
I
too great of
think
a
I
fighter to
think
not to.
the adjustment for Tank is a real small adjustment. I mean, the adjustment is no. You see, if and this is the thing about the fight, and I broke it down in a couple videos that I done talked about this fight in particular, where I said Tank in the early rounds, he won the early rounds by boxing on the outside. If Tank boxed out on the outside and fight similar to how he did against Rolly Romero, where he was allowing the fight to come to him to where he can set up his traps. Because Lamont in the first few rounds, Lamont wasn't trying to throw shit for real.
Yeah, and he
Of course,
also wasn't
he was
trying to.
just waiting for Tank to counter the whole 12 rounds of the fight. When Tank, he kind of, he played into his game where Tank thought he can be able to bully him and fight
Right,
on the inside with him like he did with some other guys, and it didn't work.
right.
Tank had success be fight on the outside and letting the fight come to him. Let that man, if Tank fights on the outside and let the fight come to him far as from Lamont and make Lamont, lose them early rounds and it get into the late rounds, it'll be an easy win by decision for Tank. Because
But I
Tank
think
is a
that's
lot more
easiest.
faster and quicker than him.
We
Like you
did see
see,
that he
yeah,
was
he's
fast.
faster and quicker than him. And I think Tank, he didn't he know you gotta pick your shots wisely for us on the inside. You can't just sit there on the inside and fight and bang with him for about 4 or 5 rounds. You're gonna get
But
this man
but
some
that's
you gonna
easier
give him
said than done, though, Cam. In my opinion, Lamont forced Tank to fight on the inside. That was the game plan. If you seen, they had a round where they collectively only threw 5 punches. Five. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
And
but you
and
gotta
this
look at
wasn't
it
the
though.
most
Look at it
exciting
though.
fight in the world. It
Look
wasn't.
at it though. At the same time, like with Lamont,
Right.
that man, he just looking to counter the whole time. He ain't trying to step on the gas and bring the fight to
Nah.
Tank. That's why I said in that fight, I understand a lot of fans.
Do you think he would though?
A lot
Do
of
you think in
fans
the rematch he would though? I think in the rematch
I
he
mean, I
would.
think he don't have no choice if he want to win. He don't have no choice if he wants to win.
Mm.
Because if he sits there and want to counter all night, I think Tank already know to make the adjustment and fight on the outside and outbox him and win by decision if he don't get the knockout. He gonna
But
make it.
I
He
did
gonna
see
make it.
Tank
He gonna make
unravel
him more
though. We
anxious.
have to admit we seen Tank unravel in there. We have to admit that. Even if we're Tank fans, we have to admit we seen him kind of unravel in there. And Tank's one of my favorite fighters. But I did see a different side of Tank that we never
I
seen.
think he wasn't focused, man. And from what some of my people, some of my sources and stuff, they telling me the man locked in, man. He already in the gym while you got Lamont Roach on this whole surviving Tank Davis tour. You know what I'm saying? He up here going to podcast, up here, you know what I'm saying, celebrating this draw. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, so you think Lamar Roach is getting over his head, huh?
I think he get a little bit over his head a little bit, man. I've been watching him lately on the internet, how he been moving like on Twitter and Instagram and how he been on these podcasts talking and stuff,
But
especially
that's
for
the
the
thing
Kevin
though.
Nace show.
Sorry, my
Like
fault.
what?
But that's the thing though, oddly. I feel like the fight wasn't exciting though. It already wasn't exciting. They was barely throwing punches. So it wasn't as boring as Shakur because it was Tank. Let's not get this
I mean, I
misconstrued.
thought they was from
They
like in
was
the middle
banging.
rounds to the end.
He
It was
wasn't
a
running
good
or
fight. It
nothing.
was
I'm not
banging.
saying that, but this wasn't a high action packed, high volume fight like we're used to the lightweights doing. That's what the lightweights do. That's what the lower weight classes do. That's what we come to
Facts.
the lower weight classes for. It's not because I'm not saying, and they could punch at 35. They could definitely punch, and there's a lot of knockouts. But we come because they get a lot of knockouts, but they're throwing 1,000 punches in a fight. They're throwing 900 punches in a fight. What was the damn comp you box on that shit? Come on now.
Yeah, I mean
Now we
they
know we could
both
have seen
counter
better.
punches.
And
I
if we're
mean, and the
not gonna
thing
see a
about it
knockout, we
with
want to
Tank,
see that.
Tank, you know what I'm saying? Tank, he was the more accurate puncher in the fight. He
True.
landed the more
More
apparent
power punches.
punches,
Yep.
and he landed the more body shots. Only thing with Lamar, he only did he landed more punches, but Tank was more accurate in with his landed punches. And then on top of that, Lamar, of course, he won the jab department, but
Yeah, the jab.
that's why I
Yeah,
said it's a
Tank
good ass
completely
fight
abandoned
for
the jab.
June 21st for the rematch, which is even better. I think Lamont, you need to lock in, bro.
You
You
gotta
better
lock
lock
in.
in because Tank ain't gonna be friendly with you this time, man. Especially you done already to went to you done went to the New York Commission and stuff, trying to get the fight overturned. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You
You on
ain't
a
nothing for that,
podcast
Cam.
talking crazy. Like, bro, like
Yo, that
Tank
camera
watching
base
all
shit
of
was
this shit, man. He watching all of this. He watching
that
this
camera
shit.
base shit was crazy. And then him also rewatching his own fight, talking about the
Bro,
air
you
bite.
doing reactions, then you talking
The
about he
ear
bit him.
biting. He did
Bro, like
try to bite your
bro,
ear.
it's a lot on the line, bro. Like
Whoa,
Tank
that shit
gotta
was
handle
funny.
business, man, for
I
sure, bro.
said,
Like
damn, Tank, you gonna bite his ear, man. I ain't see that. Man, I'm such a Tank fan, Dirt. I mean, like, I'm a fan of Tank. I really am. I'm not a fanboy, but I am a fan of Tank. So when Tank come on, I'm locked in. That's my dog. But god damn, that shit was crazy.
see
And
this.
then he did it.
I'm gonna say something about this because everybody was kind of probably people like trolls always send me little videos and stuff and be in my
Yeah,
inbox and stuff all the
yeah.
time. So I got this dude. I see like two dudes send me like the whole bite video, which I'm like, all right, look at it with Mike Tyson. With Mike Tyson literally like blew out his mouthpiece to bite Evander Holyfield's ear, bro.
Yeah,
That's
that was.
what it wasn't like. It was not that. It wasn't that. It wasn't
But
that, man.
we don't. He's
Some of
short.
these people be
He's
get
short.
like
He's short. I
Lamont
think
be
he just
putting
missed.
they be
He missed.
gassing, man, a little bit. Too much
Man,
gaslighting,
he
bro.
missed.
They only saying because it's Tank, bro. Like,
Man, the internet is too good now. We saw it in slow motion, Cam J. He just missed the bite, but it's cool. We still love you, Tank. Yo, and he did get on Cam Mace getting crazy. Uh, and you saw what Paul Malignaggi and them boys on Pro Box TV. They're not. They said they call him Stank. They said they said his name ain't Tank until he beat somebody good. He said he stank. I said, damn, Paul, you gotta ease up.
But hey, exactly, Ali, bro. He said, Ali said we can't say try to bite his ear. You couldn't see his mouth. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like
Come on, no,
other than that,
stop.
I
Stop this
don't
shit.
want to get into it.
You
Other than
stop
that,
it.
bro.
You stop it. Man, yo, when I figure this out, Cam, yo, we going live again. We're doing this again. We're doing this again. Cause I like
Yeah,
this.
for sure.
Yo, listen, when I figure this out and I'm able to pull videos up on the live, we about to start
Man,
doing that.
bro.
We gonna start
This
doing that. And
man,
that I'm
this
telling
man,
you, I seen it
it's
in
so
slow
crazy,
motion, man.
bro.
It was in slow motion, chat. Slow. I see. He missed though. He just missed,
Man.
Ollie. I'm not hearing that. But yo, they on him. And Brian, you saw what Brian Norman said. I think I don't like him. He's Aggie.
Bro,
He's
like, yeah,
annoying.
so man, just talk about the Tank haters, bro, on the prowl, bro. Like the Tank, you got Brian Norman Sr. going crazy,
Yep.
and Paulie Malignaggi Paulie Malignaggi been going crazy on Tank for a long time, bro. Like,
Come
especially
on.
he couldn't wait for a moment like this with Tank to happen
Yeah.
where he started going crazy, talking about Tank, trash, and talking about he ain't fought nobody, and then talking about uh Tank, and
How you
he a
doing, Mrs.
disgrace to
Cam J?
boxing. Miss Cam J, what's up, my baby?
Nice to meet you. I'm
And
Dilby.
yeah, man. So like, yeah, Paulo Malignaggi, he was basically, no, him and Brian Norman Sr. They both said that Tank got a soft mentality, saying that he's mentally weak, which is so like the dumbest statement for
Yeah,
anybody to
I
say,
don't
for real.
100% agree with. I don't 100% agree with that either. Just because we did see like, and this, I mean, I get this is new news. Granted, if we know it's true, but it came from the horse's mouth, Tank himself. He said, like Jose, like against Jose Pedraza. Granted, whatever people say, he was way greater Pedraza, this, whatever. He didn't even really have a camp like that he was saying. He didn't fight
Right.
for 7 months on top of that.
Right.
And Floyd basically tried to set him up to lose that fight against Pedraza in his first, was that his first world title fight, I think. So I can't say that he's mentally weak.
Right.
I just feel like he needed some rejuvenation.
Yeah,
He,
I
he
mean, the thing about it is, you can't call a guy like Tank that literally the beat all the odds. You know, coming from Baltimore, you know, being in a foster home, his mom on drugs, like everything that he had to go through,
right.
coming up from Baltimore and getting to where he at right now. You can't say a guy's mentally weak. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
true.
I could name several examples of fighters that I believe that is mentally weak,
Yep.
and right now, and everybody don't want me to get going because they know I'm gonna get the cook and it's gonna be bad. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
Yep.
Shakur Stevenson. That's the guy that's mentally weak at times to me.
Why
He
you say
he
that?
he beat Padley, and he's on the internet defending his performance with Padley. You got a knockout. Why are you defending your performance? You don't see Tank on the internet going back and forth with people on Twitter all day just
But
because he
that's the
had a
thing.
draw
Shakur
with
Twitterson
Lamont
though.
Roach.
It's Shakur Twitterson. That don't make it. I
Yeah,
don't think Shakur is mentally weak. I think he's just one of those guys that's just like he's over competitive, which is a good thing. He really want to be the best in the world. I'm not saying Shakur is the best fighter in the world in my opinion, but there's a lot of people that have him highly rated like that. So I don't want to agree with some of his antics, but shit, that's his personality. Apparently, they've been calling him Shakur Twitterson for years now. This ain't
Yeah,
nothing
but
new.
it's just the thing is with Shakur, that
He
man
did fight an
literally
electrician. Let's be real.
he be too emotional when it comes to certain emphasis. Like you don't gotta respond back to each and everybody about this situation or that situation
Which
for
is
real,
true.
bro. Like he be too in his feelings and stuff. Like he was in his feelings about the Ring magazine. They took Tank out the top 10, and he's still mad that he wasn't in the top 10.
But I think
Tank wasn't mad. Tank don't be caring about the rankings or none of that shit for real, bro.
he
Like that be
don't.
the
That's
difference.
true.
Like he don't be in tune with what everybody and all these other fighters be in tune with and be caring about for real. Like, you know what I mean? He caring about getting his
But
money and then
I
go
do low
home.
key wish, and I'm not saying I want him to be emotional or nothing. I do wish that he did care about getting all the belts. I do wish he cared about doing, you know, champion things. That's just my honest take as a Tank fan.
Right.
It's a and he had that same belt. I wish he did go to Unify. I understand that you're making all this money. Don't get me wrong, but we want to see all the big fights just as fans, and that's just some real shit. So you can't you can't be 100% biased with this when it's true. There's many fights that Tank hasn't given us yet. So
Facts.
I semi agree with a lot of the people that do say certain things about. I don't agree with Tank's resume, this and that. I don't feel those way. He had fought what? How many undefeated fighters in this last fight? 5. So I'm not gonna take
Close
those things
about
away
he
from
got
him.
he got 10 champions under his belt. Like he got more champions than Devin and Shakur and Tio.
Damn, yeah, that's a good stat. I
And
ain't
then
gonna lie.
everybody said everybody would be like, "Oh, Tank ain't fought nobody," but bro, he done beat 10 former champions. Majority of those guys was undefeated. Like he like eight guys undefeated. Before this
Yeah,
past fight with Lamont, like
right,
I'm saying
right.
that he took their O's away from him. Like, and I'm just saying in general with Tank, like the thing with Tank is I understand why him and a lot of fighters don't care about the belts for us, because of the sanctioning bodies, which I always talk about, for us
Hmm.
them, having to pay that 3% to
No, yeah,
to the
to had
sanctioning
a belt.
bodies. So
Yeah,
that's a
it
big
costs
thing,
to
which
have them belts.
that I think with Tank, with the way everything is set up right now, you got Lomachenko manager saying that he wants to fight with Tank if he does come back, which is that's the most likely fight to make if he gets past Lamont Roach. You know what I'm saying? Which is that'll be a
Right.
unification fight. You know what I mean?
Which
You
will be
get through
big.
Loma,
And of course, Tank Loma,
then
that's a big fight.
and crazy
Especially.
part, I had a little bird, a little, you know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to my boy Knockout Boxing, 86 TV, man, again too. I was listening on him and he was saying that Tank was going to call out Keyshawn after the fight if he would have
Mm,
won.
that would have been. Damn. Imagine he still do.
I
Because
mean,
think
it's a
Keyshawn's a
positive.
champ
The thing
now.
about it too, remember though, Keyshawn, he was on ESPN about 3-4 months ago saying that Tank and PBC reached out to him about fighting.
I
So
didn't. I missed that one. I missed
yeah,
that.
so yeah, I got the clip. I posted in the group. You know, so send it
Yeah,
to you.
yeah. Let me.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So
when you got the
yeah,
time. Yeah, let me see that. Cause that. Yeah, I gotta read. I
Keyshawn,
gotta.
he mentioned that, and
That's dope.
Keyshawn right now, he with the landscape of 135, man, Keyshawn don't got no, he ain't got no action right now, no motion. You
But
know
he
what I
also
mean?
keep talking about moving up to 40. Everybody keep talking about him moving up to 40. Even
I
Shakur.
mean, I think it's going to end up happening. And my thing is too, like I said, was him and Shakur. Them doing this whole 200 million outpricing each other, not
That
to
was
fight each
crazy.
other. You know what I'm saying? Like in that case, man, for real, me personally, I feel
Yeah, if they got it like that, come on, bro. Spread
one
that
of
out.
y'all
We
gotta
need to
move
put these
out of
fights
the
on.
division, man. If one of y'all ain't gonna fight it, if y'all ain't gonna fight each other, don't hold up that belt in the division, Keyshawn. use that WBO status to move up and get that 140 title up there for the WBO, man.
Yeah,
Like
I don't think Keyshawn's gonna be there long. I really don't. I think he's gonna be
he
there.
big as bro.
He's gonna be moving
You
up
see
next
how he
year.
was against Ben Berichick?
Mm.
That boy was man. He rehydrated up, man. That motherfucker. He had
Goddamn,
at least
yo,
be like 155.
Baroncheck little too. That's why
Man,
Tank was gonna fight him.
that boy
That's
he
the
was
thing I
so
didn't want either,
green.
cause I didn't want Tank to fight Baroncheck. I'm tired.
Nah, man, I was because but the crazy part, and I gotta say this, it don't matter who Tank fight, bro. People's going to make an excuse or and they're going to complain. He can fight Shakur Stevenson and fans is going to complain. I guarantee you. They already got a built-in excuse about Shakur hands already.
Nah,
You know what
I
I'm
don't see
saying?
that
It's
happening.
already they
Let me tell
built-in
you what I
excuse
see happening.
already.
If Tank was to beat Shakur, I'm telling you, I see him getting the left. I'm not, and you know how my fault. You know how Crawford was after Spence. I think after that, Tank will level up like that.
His level will definitely be up crazy.
It'll be up like that, and they're not like what do they say? They used to say a lot of these things about Crawford. They used to say a lot
Yeah,
of these things about
bro, the
Crawford.
same.
Remember that?
And Tank said that in
Shut him
the
up.
interview. Tank said that in an interview like that. They said Crawford didn't beat anybody until then he beat Earl. You know what I'm saying? So Tank
That's just
understands.
boxing.
Tank watches and he understands what's out there in social media. Let me talk about this though with the Tank hate. The Tank hate that he gets, man. Honestly, it's so nasty in boxing that I've seen it's just as bad as Floyd. I want to say it's probably worse. Literally, bro, it's YouTube channels that's on the clock, literally that's paid just to hate on Tank daily. A lot of these Facebook, Twitter, Instagram pages out here, literally out
When
here,
you,
putting smear campaigns on Tank
KMJ, when
daily,
you at the top,
daily.
Cam J,
It's a
that's what
part
you
of the
get.
game.
That's
But
how
I
it
don't think
go,
the
Cam.
people
You know it.
understand the
That's what I'm talking
magnitude of
about.
how bad it is, though,
Yeah.
bro. Like
So
it's real bad, bro. Like
for
it's
real.
real. It's sickening, man. Like and that, like me, everybody know I'm a big Tank fan, of course, and me watching it and seeing it in the way that I'm seeing it, it's just real nasty work. Like
Right.
it's real nasty work to see it on a daily basis, man. Because I see it every day, and then me being a Tank fan and having a platform, I got people trolling me daily and stuff like that. Which is I don't be tripping about on having the time. I respond when I feel like it. But with these dudes for real, but I'll be taking these dudes a lot of
I
serious
can't
for real
lie.
because
It's
a lot of
fun
these dudes
though.
be
It's
trolled.
fun though because everybody's takes are so broad, and I didn't even know how broad people could take these takes. Not even just about Tank, literally about everybody. Like I don't want to track too far back, but like I post Keith one time, somebody gonna comment Keith one time. He only fought one time, and we ain't gonna see
Yeah,
him till next time. I said, God damn! Like yo, they be so creative. I love it. It's just funny as hell.
man,
But
for real.
yeah, but what you think about when Gabe Rosado versus Bill Haney?
Hey, man. I like what Gabe did because Gabe was going back and forth with Devin on Twitter first.
Mm-hmm.
Devin, of course, don't never like to speak for himself, man. For real, like of course, you got Pops coming to the rescue. He hopping on the boxing voice, with them guys
I
over
can't say
there.
that though. Ever since I started following Devin on Twitter, I'm like, oh, Devin was cooking Rosado, and that's what
Like,
kind of
yeah,
sparked it off.
yeah. And see, the thing is, it could have just stayed at that.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Haney didn't have to come on and have a conversation with Gabe Rosado over there. Gabe Rosado was talking about other topics, and of course, then they asked him about Bill Haney, and Devin Haney and stuff, and then he got to talking about him, and then it brought Bill Haney, into the conversation, which
Right.
is Bill Haney. Let me go and talk about it. The Boxer Boys paid Devin Haney channel right there, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Just to let people know they get. So Bill Haney, of course, he has free range to come on anytime. So with
I
him
did
coming
not
on
know
there,
that.
yeah. So
Those are
Bill
so you
Haney got a lot
trying to say the
that,
boxing voice is kind of like those are like Devin Haney fan.
bro. Yeah, bro. Like if you watch them, bro, watch them and watch
I
how
ain't
they
gonna lie,
talk
I kind
about
of just
Devin.
because I ended
They
up
talk about
accidentally.
Devin
Well, I
in
didn't
a
accidentally, but
high way, bro. Like they talk about him different compared to a lot of fighters, you know what I'm saying, for real, that they talk about, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I
like
mean,
that,
I
like
just
Devin
actually
and Bill, they got certain
uh huh
guys. I could name them like Blue Blood,
dang
Aki TV, Dante's
dang
Boxing Nation, like those guys. All of those guys are,
Devin Haney.
BFTB. All of those guys is Devin Haney guys. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney
Mm.
paid channels, man. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta
Wow.
spit the facts, and I don't care. I'm saying them niggas' names. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Just it is what it
I
is.
respect it. I respect
But
it.
Gabe Rosado though, man, he was doing was saying stuff that I've already said before, talking about that them boys they chose the bag over their integrity, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Basically saying y'all boys, y'all sued Ryan Garcia, and then for y'all to make the fight happen in the rematch, y'all had to let go of the lawsuit, and y'all had to fight on Ryan Garcia and Roby
Undercard.
Romero's undercard
Mm-hmm.
just for y'all to get to the rematch, and you got to win that fight to get to the rematch.
And it's a tough fight. That Jose Ramirez. I'm not saying he got some extra pop, but that boy he could fight. He could fight. It's not gonna be an easy fight for Devin. He really gonna have to use that jab. He
Yeah,
really gonna
and
have to use
then
that
and
jab.
then what killed me with it though, like Bill Haney coming to the rescue
Right.
when like Gabe and like I said, Gabe and Devin had their exchange already. They didn't need you to come to the rescue for real. You know what I mean? Like you coming in and then you get cooked on there. You get cooked. Gabe cooked you.
He
You
did
trying
cook
to
him.
get Bill
He
Haney
did
likes
cook
to
him.
do that over talking you in a debate, trying to over talk you. Gabe wasn't going for that. He
Mm-mm.
cooked you, you know what I'm saying? And Bill didn't have nothing to say for real, but in response to what Gabe was saying. Gabe was basically calling them boys some hoes for the money. Which is I've been on record saying, like, bro, the Haneys, they chose the money, man, over the
Yeah.
integrity, man. They don't
Yeah.
care about that. They didn't give a damn about the lawsuit. And then they want to. And then this is another problem I got with them. They
Mm.
keep doing all of this race car shit, man. This race
Yeah.
car, man. It like, yeah, we understand that
Yeah.
in boxing,
It's been taken a little too far.
yeah,
It's definitely been taken a little too far.
yeah. Like the,
I
the race, the race card in boxing, we know it get played with very loosely with a lot of people, even the fans, even the promoters, etc. You know what I'm saying in
yeah.
boxing. But for them to keep playing it like, dog, y'all started your career fighting in Mexico. So y'all gained the Mexico fan base. Y'all been gaining the Mexico fan base fighting in Mexico.
Right.
And then, I mean, y'all the guys that literally was, oh no, last year when y'all fought Ryan Garcia, y'all had the Mexican shirts talking about, Ryan Garcia and had them kneeling down and stuff during the
Yeah.
tank fight and stuff. Like y'all had Bill Haney had the Mexican flag and stuff waving during
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
fight
No.
last year.
It's just
Like,
all around crazy. But honestly, it's not. One thing I could say, I don't think it's ever going to change. I know it's crazy, but it's crazy. It's crazy to say this, but we almost kind of need it in boxing. It's it's almost like they need it. That's how much they use it. So I mean, and it works. It definitely works. It's almost like some boxing fans can be almost like segregated. It's
right,
crazy. It's
right,
crazy. Like like the Mexicans is gonna come out for their Mexican fighters, no matter who it is. We got our black fighters. We come out for them. It's shit like that, and we think they the best. They think they the best too. It's almost like everybody's prejudiced, in my opinion. You think them people in the golf, no disrespect to nobody, don't kiss me, but the people in the Asian household, they talk about us and shit. They talk
Yeah.
about them. That's just
And
how life is.
then
Everybody's prejudiced.
let me add to it. Even with Bill Haney and them, they talk
Right?
about Ryan being racist and and all of that.
Like, come
And
on,
my
that's too
thing
much.
about it, this man, we know Tiafimo's on record for being racist.
Right now,
Devin
yeah,
Haney is
that's out of
being
nowhere though.
Devin Haney
All this
being
is
real
kind of.
friendly
I'm not
to
saying this hasn't
Tiafimo.
happened before, but lately this is new.
Yeah,
This
Devin
is
being
real.
real friendly to Tiafimo Lopez, so that like all of the the pushing racism, race car as far as Devin Haney and Bill Haney,
Right.
it goes out the window for me because of the fact that y'all being cool with Tiafimo and this man is literally on record being racist as hell on media, throughout the whole, this whole year.
Yeah.
Dating back from last year, for no years back. You know what I'm saying? We already know them guys. So
Yeah.
it's just Bill Haney and Devin Haney, they need to focus up, lock in for the fight, man, that y'all got with Jose Ramirez. Because that's not an easy fight for them. I got Devin winning the fight,
I do
but it's
too.
not an easy
But
fight for him.
actually, I take that back. I take that back. I take that back. I've been leaning lately. I've been leaning more towards Ramirez lately. But I have it 50-50. I don't have that no way underdog at all. I think Jose Ramirez's style, his pressure, his pimp, he got some accuracy with his punches and good placement with his punches. I think he can actually really pull off an upset. I'm not saying he's gonna knock Devin out, but we don't know right now. Devin's coming off a traumatic loss. I mean, sorry, no contest. It was overturned, but a traumatic being in that last fight. Granted, on if you think Ryan was on PEDs or not, well, it was proven that he was on PEDs. Apparently, he got suspended. He did his time for it, but that's something that he left a lot of himself in the ring that night.
For sure.
So
For sure.
we gonna have to see how he look at 47. We don't know what Dev looked like at 47. He can come out, I'm sorry, no, I ain't gonna lie like that. Punching power,
But
some God given,
I don't know
God
what he
given.
gonna look like. He may have some bad punch resistance in this fight with Ramirez. We never know.
We
That's
never
why I
know.
said I'm curious to see what he gonna look
I
like in this
yeah,
fight.
and we all
I
are.
need
The
him to win
boxing
this
world is.
fight.
The
I need
boxing
him to win
world
this fight
ready.
because I need this rematch.
But Cinco de Mayo weekend period is lit right now. Think
Yeah,
about
that's
that
it.
card
Yeah,
we
that
got
whole
on.
weekend they got some shit that weekend.
No, yeah,
They do.
Friday we got that's the Ryan Rowley.
Yeah,
Ryan
that's
Rowley,
the Times
they got
Square
some bangers
card.
on
I
that
call it the
card.
weight bully card.
That's
Yeah,
the that's the that's the
and
that's
then
that's the
Saturday
card
you
to
got
watch right there. And then
Canelo, and
Saturday,
then anyway Sunday.
who was Saturday?
Saturday Canelo card.
Canelo. They
Let's
fighting in the
go.
morning because they in Saudi Arabia, huh? They
Now
gonna
they're
be
gonna
fighting.
it's gonna be at around nighttime our time. You know what I'm saying? From
Are
what
you
they
sure?
said. Yeah. And then you got anyway fighting
That's
Sunday.
different because usually those cards are early. I got, I know because it's usually Saudi Arabia time. So you
Right.
like think about last crescendo and stuff like that. Tyson Fury, all of those stuff was like 5 p.m. It was starting.
Right. Yeah,
So
man.
we're gonna look into that and we're gonna chop it up.
Yeah, for
Speaking of
sure.
Ryan Garcia though, he had an interview recently on Ring Champs, and he was talking about how he was balancing the fame, the grind, his struggles with addiction and alcohol. He was on shrooms and stuff like that. You
Yeah, the
know,
man said he was drinking the day of the fight against
during the
Devin.
day of the fight.
That
I find that
was
crazy.
crazy. Bro,
But
like my thing with Ryan, like
mhm.
I know my boy, my shout out to my boy Austin in the Sorry But Not Sorry Boxing Talk group, man. He a big Devin Haney fan, so no, he talk about Ryan being racist a lot and stuff like that, and then
Right.
I don't me personally I don't feel like Ryan racist in my opinion because he too many he be around too many black people. Like right now to
Yeah,
this day, he's
yeah,
around
and
too many
also I
black
just
people.
feel like
So if they felt like that, he wouldn't be around a lot of these black people. You know what I'm saying? So much.
that the post that he made was just too crazy because of the
Yeah,
it came at Muslims and stuff. So it's a different. He
right.
talked. I mean, yes, he said,
Way out of pocket.
yes, he said the N word in Muslims, but I feel like our people, and that's just from the beginning of time, we just always been forgiven like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we kind of didn't really, not saying we didn't care because we did react, but we got over it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Like
It wasn't nothing crack. It was like at that
it
time
was crazy though.
he was like
It
at
was
that time
crazy.
Brian was making a whole bunch of crazy tweets.
It was
And
crazy.
me, like after me, I'm just one of them people like I don't be taking people serious that much with certain stuff. Like I
Yeah.
understand the outrage. Like no,
Yeah, but
after that
there's other
happened when
people
he
that's really passionate about these things, Cam. Like
yeah, for sure.
it's a sensitive
Even when he did
topic for a
that
lot of
shit,
people.
I didn't do no content about Ryan for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even when he did that shit for real, like
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? I kind of strayed
Like,
away from it for real.
right.
You know what I mean? But I mean Ryan, I don't believe that he's a racist for real 100%.
Yeah, I
But if
agree.
people feel that he is, I'm
Yeah.
not mad at it. It is what it is.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
don't got
I
no I don't got
Yeah,
no, you know what I'm saying,
no,
no
no,
bone
no
in that game
disrespect to
for real.
Ryan Garcia, in my opinion, but I do understand why the Muslim community, and you got to understand the Muslim community isn't just one country, one race. He targeted a whole, religion,
A whole
and so
religion.
is many people that are Muslims in the world. Is one of the most popular religions in the world other than Christianity and stuff like that. I'm sorry to speak on it like that, but and
Oh
I don't
yeah, you
want to get
good.
too into that, but yeah, so I do understand, but I agree. I don't think Ryan Garcia is racist, but I also did see in the interview as well that the rematch is already signed. It's set for October, so the hype's real. I think Ryan and Devin have a lot of unfinished business. I think it's unfinished business now, especially after the lawsuit. Things got personal,
Right.
and this I think it's gonna be. I think this one's gonna be a bit of a chess match, depending on how Devin look at 47.
Yeah, I mean the thing about the Devin fight too, it's a catchweight fight at 144 with Ramirez.
But he's gonna
So,
move up though.
but I mean eventually he should be at 147 for
He's gonna
for that
because
rematch.
he already ranked at welterweight. He's already ranked in the section
Yeah,
about at
yeah, he
welterweight. So
already ranked at
this
I
fight's
think at number one
yeah.
at the
So
WBC.
yeah, I think he's gonna be. I think he's gonna. I got to see how he looks against
Ryan,
the Mavericks.
one thing with Ryan with the interview was one thing he spoke about was they asked him about how much he getting paid for the the Rolly fight, and he said that he was getting paid 20 million. Now,
He
do
said,
I
"Yo,
believe?
this is what got me." He was
I
like,
don't
he
believe
said
you getting
5.
paid 20 million,
He
bro.
said 10. He said 15. Yeah, no, you said you don't think he got paid 20 million?
I don't think you getting paid 20
I
million,
think they
man.
did. I think they paid him lovely because of if this is gonna be a free card for the public. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they're gonna make some pay per view probably, but it's not probably gonna be. It's probably gonna be like the Glass Crescendo, $25 or something like that. That's what I assume. I'm not sure exactly, but that's what I assume. And with that being said, I think it's reasonable because boxers get paid a lot. They don't get paid like TKO and
I think
UFC.
it'd be stupid
They-
for them to pay
Think
20
about what
million for
Tyson
them
Fury and
with
Usyk made
no
over
they're
there.
getting it ain't no gate on this card.
Exactly. That's probably
No
why they paid him
gate.
so much. These is
I
billionaire.
don't believe
Them
he getting
Saudi,
paid. That's the reason why
them
I don't
advisors in
think he
Saudi
getting paid
Arabia.
20 million.
Those advisors in Saudi Arabia are billionaires. Think about
Like
this,
right
and I
now,
don't
from
want,
what
like
I'm
I said, I don't
hearing,
want to get off topic.
they tired of losing that bag, man.
I mean,
They
look,
tired of it.
there's no real proof of them saying that though. Have you seen a source that said they're tired of Turkey Al Sheikh doing that?
I got some guys that's
Yeah, we don't have to. We gonna
they
talk
said
about
they
that.
tired of
We go,
losing that bread.
but
Like look
think
at them,
about
bro.
this though.
They moving the fights back to back to Saudi. this event right here is all Turkey money. This ain't the Saudi Arabia's money.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. Turkey is worth $3.3 billion. I think it was one of those. It was a number
I
like
don't
that.
think he worth that. But you gotta think about what
Man,
Turkey
hold
said.
on. You tripping?
Hold on. Let
That's
me
the
tell you this
oil
though.
capital.
Hold on, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this about Turkey though.
Uh huh.
Turkey just said it in his little Twitter spaces the other day
Right.
that 18 months, he got 18 months left in the business.
Yeah, but who knows if that's his choice? I need to see. I need to see a source of fact to say that's not his choice. That's my
I
opinion.
mean,
But
Dana White even I think the thing with the TKO thing is he's funding that and he's gonna allow Dana White to run it after that.
I
You know what I'm
agree with
saying?
that.
And
I
he's
understand
not
that.
gonna be like kind of in
Right.
the
Think,
picture at
think
all
about
after
this.
that.
Think about this, Cam. If
Dana
you,
White is basically hitting a lick on Turkey if you really look at it. And to be honest,
but think about this. If you see, and I don't want to get off topic, but if you see the NBA players and they're billionaire owners and how much they're getting paid, them bill when you got them B's, not the M's, when you got them B's, it's a different ball game. You got money to play with like that, and
I don't think he got the thing is,
it's
I
the
don't
oil
think he
capital
the
of the
man that
world.
got it. He ain't got the money to play with like the Saudi guys. Because the thing is,
2.8 bill. 2.8.
I gotta be 1,000. I can't go by them. Because the thing is, it was a good. The thing is, on Wikipedia and all of that shit, you can flip shit too on that shit too with your own shit. But the thing about like last
I'm
year,
pretty sure
I
they're
think it was
not far
like
off.
last year.
I'm
I want
pretty
to say
sure they're
last
not
year, or the
far
year
off.
before, they had like Turkey like for like a few million. You know what I'm saying? Like his
Who?
gross.
Who had
Google
them
it.
at a few million?
It was a few years. It was a couple years ago.
You gotta send me that source too. I gotta see that. Cause
Yeah. So
I
I
I
mean,
I
I
know from what
mean,
I know, Saudi Arabia is the oil capital of the world. They
yeah,
got money.
but right now they're trying to find other sources of money because everybody's not running off for oil and everything. Now you gotta look at it. A lot of cars doing the whole electric car thing
Electric
and
car.
everything now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So Saudi Arabia, they're trying to find other sources of money. Then they're building new cities and everything. They're building a whole lot of stuff. They're trying to build the economy for the tourism up there and
Yep.
change the outlook of them because in reality they're from the Middle East. They are our enemies in reality. You know what I mean? So just a little history on some shit for some other people that's on that shit. They really are enemies for
Cam
real.
gonna drop that shit on
You
y'all,
know what I'm
man.
saying? Like, I'm just saying in general, like them guys, like the Saudi guys,
But
they right now they literally they telling Turkey like, yo, if the fights ain't in Saudi Arabia with our money, we ain't doing it. We ain't giving you money. We ain't fun. Like the fight with Bud Crawford that he did that was off of the Saudi money last year, lost a
Mhm.
lot of money. Like all the Turkey events is losing millions of dollars. And what millionaire do you know or what billionaire do you know wants to wake up knowing that they lost millions of dollars?
You right, but we don't
I
know
know
what type
you
of
and
money Turkey's
myself.
really bringing
We
in,
both
though.
millionaires. We
You
damn
gotta
sure ain't about to
understand,
be
we
just
really
funding
don't know
shit and
these
just losing
things.
$1 million for the
We,
hell
you
of it.
gotta understand, though, Cam. These is all conspiracy because we really don't know what type of money Turkey's really bringing in. So that's why I kind of stay away from
He ain't.
those things
He's
in a way
flopping
because you
every
really don't
fight,
know.
brother. He
You
flopping
don't
every
know.
fight.
Um,
Every
he's putting
fight,
these
bro.
fights on though, and as long as he's doing it, I love you, Turkey. I can't cap. Put him on at 5 p.m.,
Hey, I
3
don't mind.
a.m.
Hey,
I don't
I don't
care.
have no problem with him inboxing, putting on fights and stuff. But then
Yeah.
don't sit. But there's a lot of propaganda behind this shit too.
What you
With
mean?
with the whole You know what he did, Shiraz, Adamas.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
was a
true.
bad look,
I
man.
mean,
Like, it's a bad look, man.
it
And
was a
then,
bad look.
and then you gotta look at him what he did, pretty much like now, like, at first he changed his tune, like where he was
Yeah.
saying he was gonna, he was gonna take over and he was gonna,
Hmm.
he was gonna smash, all the other promoters and
Right.
everything. And then now he's saying that, he got 18 months left and he gonna work with these guys up until then, and then it's gonna be TKO, and then Dana White. He was basically saying
But
that
he
he,
said the ring's still
confirming,
gonna
saying that he
operate, so
got
we're still
18
gonna
months
have good
left as
fights
well,
like
far
that.
as
The
what's
the
that?
ring's still gonna operate, and he owns the ring.
Yeah, but I mean, shit. What you gonna do? Ring probably ain't gonna throw that many events. They're gonna be more media more than anything. They ain't gonna throw crazy events like that. He just trying to promote that little Fatal Fury game with that shit.
Okay,
He's
okay.
just a little kid spending money, bro, and just not giving a fuck for real, bro.
I got a
Like,
question though now. And in terms of Ryan and Devin, now that they're moving up to welterweight. No, just a year ago these boys was at 35. And we was like, oh, Tank gonna fight Devin, Tank gonna fight just a year ago. But now the landscape of 135 has changed a bit. The division has definitely shifted with them moving up. It's making fresh starts for Abdullah Masons, the Raymond Mortires of the world. And, of course, we got the new champ, Keyshawn Davis, leading in charge right now. Shakur's still there. Tank, our big boys. We got some young guns. We got, what's his name? Kid Austin, even though the
yeah.
fluky thing
I
happened in
mean,
his last fight.
just specifically, I want to just talk about more so the champs, because the
Yeah.
champs. I mean, right now, of course, we got Tank with the rematch with Lamont Roach, and then you got
Yep.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yep.
Who is Shakur Stevenson gonna fight next? And that's the question that I want to ask the Shakur fans, man, because
Mm-hmm.
they having a big time. They up here talking about, oh, Gary Tom Russell, he called out Shakur, he'll move down to 135. No, he's not. PBC's not about to have both of Gary Tom Russell and Shakur fight, and it moves Gary down for 135 after he just won a title at 140, especially when they got a fight that they can make with Alberto Puello, the rematch,
Yep.
possibly that they can maybe put that on the June 21st card with Tank and
Ooh.
Roach. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So like shit like that, and then
And that'll be a big, what's
no,
that, a unification bout too? Yeah,
yeah,
they're not
that's a
gonna pass up on it.
unification fight.
They're
You know
not
what I'm
passing
saying?
up
So
on it.
it makes more
It
sense to
definitely
do
makes
that.
sense.
And then you got like Shakur talking about Tiafimo. Tiafimo got to fight May 2nd. He's unavailable. So what are we talking about?
Right, right.
Like, you talking about moving up to 140 to fight Tiafimo, but then when the dude Tito Mercado, he called you out, he had 140 and he had Eddie Hearn fighter. You said you ain't want nothing to do with him.
Mm.
Just the contradictions, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I like to pull the contradictions. You gonna peep it a lot
yeah.
more. I like to
I
pull the
want to see
contradictions in
Shakur.
some of these guys.
I want to see Shakur. I really did want to see that Kid Austin fight. I really did. And I was really pulling for that fight. It's unfortunate he, got sick. We seen him in the hospital, so we can't say he ain't got sick. He ain't get sick. But and you know what I assume with that? I'm like, they're going out of the country. People get sick going out of the country, going on vacation and stuff like that. So I ain't really put too much past it. Maybe it did look bad. It looked like he pulled out the fight, but who knows? But I would like to see that Shakur versus Kid Austin. Give one of the young guns that's top ranked a
Damn,
chance.
they done booted Kid Austin out the WBC. Well, he wait. Okay. Well, the thing is with Shakur, Zepeda, Zepeda
Zapata.
fights
Oh
Tevin
yeah,
Farmer, you know what I'm saying,
yeah.
in a
Oh
couple
yeah. I
weeks.
almost forgot. The
So,
Zapata Tevin Farmer too.
Zepeda,
He
yeah,
can.
Zepeda get through that fight, then,
That'll
fight
most likely be the
Zepeda.
one. That's gonna be the one
And
that
I
he do.
even further say this. Even if, say, Farmer wins, fight Farmer. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I
It'll
mean
be,
he's gonna be
but
champ, so he's gonna want that fight regardless.
I ain't gonna lie. I would like to see him fight Javier Herrera if he don't get Zepeda or Farmer. I don't want to see him fight Joe Cordina. That I'm gonna
No,
say that now. I don't want to see that
please
fight.
no.
Like
Yeah,
Joe
nah.
Cordina, like I said, Joe Cordina was
Because it's
calling out
basically a
Shakur.
130 fight.
He was calling Shakur out when they were at 130.
That's what I'm saying. It's
And
basically a
like and
130
Eddie and
fight.
Joe Cordina always been an Eddie Hearn fighter, so he was calling him out when Shakur was at 130. And just think about how they just made that fight so easily. You know what I'm saying? For us, like last, soon as Shakur signed with Matchroom, boom, the Cordina fight was happening.
Yeah. And the
Like you know what I'm
response
saying?
was not
Like
good. The response was
that's a
not
fight
good.
I don't want to see for him. Like that's why I said, even though Joe Cordina's at number 6 in the
Mm-hmm.
WBC, like I would still rather see him fight Javier Herrera. Like that's just me
Yeah.
personally. You got Sam Noakes at 4. You know what I'm saying? Ricardo Nunez at 3. We know he's not going to fight Andy Cruz. We know that.
Nah. Yo, but
Like
you saw Loma wants Tank though.
Loma won't tank, which is I mean, this is the thing. All right, Tank got June 21st with Roach. Loma, get you a tune-up fight, come back, end of the year, boom, you can smash out, have a fall winter
Perfect, bro.
fight with Tank.
That's what I'm saying. It'll make the year perfect, but you just know with boxing, it's just never perfect, dog. Like we gonna have fights pushed back to 26, and like man, let's put the fights on. Let's get it cracking. Let's get it
Fact.
cracking. Like all the like, cause I'm starting to become a boxing historian, so I'm starting to get madder and madder at
Right,
these dudes.
right.
Like I start looking at these old fights, like damn, Tommy Hearns, they stop throwing the jab.
Everybody
Did
fighting
he ever
everybody,
stop
bro.
throwing that
Like
jab?
it's time.
Like
I will say it's definitely time, man. Like, like, like with Keyshawn, I would say, for as Keyshawn concerned, like Keyshawn, we Andy Cruz is ranked in the WBC on no for Shakur, but with
and he
Keyshawn,
knocks Andy Cruz out
I'm gonna say
because he's
this.
not ready. He's not ready.
I think this thing. I think Eddie Hearn already said and came out and said, "Let's make the fight happen." That he just came out recently this past week. You got, if it ain't for Keyshawn, if it ain't Andy Cruz, due to the fact that he beat you 4 times, and no, he the reason why you don't got gold medal right now. I mean,
Keyshawn ain't fighting until next year.
I
Watch I
think
tell you.
I think Keyshawn should either fight Andy Cruz or Raymond Muratella. Even though Raymond Muratella, he got a fight coming up in May. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you,
But
I don't think we're gonna get a Keyshawn fight again this year. I don't think so.
hey, you got Edwin De Los Santos calling him out too, and he back. He, he was lined up
He
to
working
fight
something
Frank
out with
Martin.
Frank Martin.
Yeah, he was lined up to fight Frank Martin, but then I just heard an interview with him literally earlier this morning with him saying that he's not moving up to 140 to fight Frank Martin, that he
Oh,
wants to
Frank
fight
Martin's
Keyshawn
he's about to make a
Davis.
debut at 40.
Yeah, Frank Martin moving to
He need
140.
to, because the goddamn, he was too big for 35. And you could
Yeah.
tell he was a fucking skeleton on that scale.
Yeah, man. So I mean, Keyshawn, if it ain't Andy Cruz or Raymond Muratella, man, I
Yeah.
don't want to see it for
I
real.
really want to see Raymond Murtaya get a shot, because he's I think he's a special talent right now at 35.
We know it ain't gonna be
He's another
Abdullah.
big 35. He's a big 35.
We know it ain't gonna be Abdullah.
Ain't no,
Abdullah. What I'm hearing right now,
in my opinion, nobody's messing with that boy. Nobody. Watch out.
Abdullah, bro.
He's the
Of
truth,
course, he
man.
got his fight rescheduled with Giovanni Cabrera.
He got a new fight. He got a
They're
new
giving
opponent
him
I just
another
seen.
opponent for what I'm hearing, and he's going to end up fighting Giovanni Cabrera at a later date.
And he's gonna knock them both out in a total of 3 rounds. In a total of 3 rounds.
And he's
Don't give. I don't give none. Bless you, my boy.
Yeah, Eddie's still fighting on that April card still too. So
I
you know what I
love
mean,
it.
he's still locking low. Like
Ain't is that a top rank card, or is that him on Boots' card? I can't. He's
It's a
April
top
5th,
ranked
right?
card. It's a top ranked card. I
Yeah, it's a top
forgot
rate.
what card. Hold on, let
And
me
he's
look
the
it up.
main event though, ain't he?
Now he ain't the main event for this
Yo,
one.
they robbing him. I don't like that.
It's on the GenBet card. Yep.
Oh,
On the
oh
GenBet
yeah.
card.
He is he at least co-main?
Where
I'm
they got
tired of my
him
boy
ranked?
fighting in the third
They
fight.
don't got the fights, the rest of the fights for that card. But I would hope so, man. Like for real, they like
What?
top rank. I
You
be
don't
feeling
think
like they
that'll
be
be
doing
wrong?
Abdullah so dirty, but not giving him like that TV slot. The way
He need that.
he's
He
must see
deserve it.
TV, man.
He deserve it. He deserve
That
it. Humble kid. I
with
love
his
him.
contract up, he need to think about trying to go over to PBC or something, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like he goes somewhere else, man. I mean, I say
I'm not
stay at
feeling
top
how
rank
Tom
because
Brady's coaching him.
they got the fights at 135 over there. So like that's one thing I kind of criticize, Shakur about. Like you left Eddie Hearn where it's no fights at over there at Matchroom for real. You should have
Mm.
stayed over there at top rank, man. All the fights that you want is over there in between PBC. You know what I mean? Like
He probably could have had the
ain't
Baron.
no
He could have
top
probably
fighters
had
at
the Baron check
135
belt
over there
before Keyshawn.
on Eddie Hearn.
If he would have made the right moves, he could have had the Baron check fight before Keyshawn.
Could have unified up for real. To
That's
be
what I'm
honest,
saying. And then he
I
really
think
would have
Top
been,
Rank would have allowed that to happen
huh? Oh yeah, for sure,
for sure, man.
for
So
sure.
we gonna fast forward and get into these predictions, man, for sure.
For
You
for
know what I'm
for
saying?
who? Main event tomorrow.
Yeah, so let's go and talk about Cambosis first.
Okay.
Um, Cambosis, man, he's fighting Jake Wiley, man. Cambosis 21-3, 10 knockouts. He's a southpaw, of course. Lost last year, by TKO to the good old man Lomachenko, man,
Lomachenko
in 2024 in May last year. And
stopped him too. Don't forget.
stopped him with a body shot, made him throw in the
Made him.
towel. Made him throw in the
No
towel, man.
mas.
And he's fighting this guy, Jake Wiley, man, 16-1 with 15 knockouts. He's an orthodox fighter. He had a no contest fight against Alan Villanueva, his last fight, but he had 4 knockouts in 2024 last year, by the way. So
So he's a
interesting
prospect, sort
fight.
of.
Interesting fight for Cambosis, man,
How many
honestly.
rounds? How many rounds he been fighting in his last fight? He been fighting tens and 12s.
Yeah, Wiley from her, he's been fighting. He fought 10 in his last fight.
Okay, he fought a 10. Okay.
So I mean, with Wiley, I
You look
watched
at
him and
footage
stuff.
on him. I didn't even really look at him. I ain't gonna lie.
I watched some footage earlier of him, and I was like,
Eh.
Ken Bosa should win. He should win. I mean, because Jake Wiley, I ain't gonna lie, the competition, Jake Wiley ain't that bad that he's fought, honestly, recently. And it wasn't that bad. Yeah, he fought, a
He's
couple
the
scrubs in
Australian
between
champ.
there.
I heard he's the
But
Australian champ.
competition wasn't that bad, honestly. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I mean, this could be a difficult fight if
Cambosis ain't
it,
Cambosis.
yeah, if Cambosis don't be active because I seen him in these last couple fights where he ain't letting his hands go.
But remember, he's
He
debuting
punch
at
shot.
a new weight class. He said he has came out in an interview and said with Fight Hype
Oh yeah, they had
saying
140 at this fight too.
so he came out with an interview with Fight Hype saying that 35 was basically killing him. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
that's the take I got from it. So I love how we're seeing all these guys at a new weight class and they moving up. They're about to be healthier because a lot of them guys do be telling themselves to cut that weight. So I want to see how they are. How great are you really? That's what the question that's going to be starting to get answered as these boys start moving up to try to be two division champs. One, you know what I'm saying, moving up. So I want to see. I can't
Yeah, I
wait.
mean, and the thing about this fight with Cambosis, he wins this fight, he'll end up
Richardson
fighting
Hitchens.
Richard Henson. So, I
Oh
mean,
man.
Cambosis, me and him was going back and forth on Twitter, man, the other day, man. It's crazy. I was in there cooking his goofy ass the other day on Twitter. So, like with Cambosis, man, if I would like to see him win his fight, so I can see him fight Hitchens. And that I got him winning
Yeah,
this fight by
Africa,
decision.
Africa, nice though. Africa,
Yeah,
nice.
I'm gonna take Cambosis by decision in this fight. Um,
Can't boast
but I
about
don't get.
decision.
I would not be surprised if Jake Wiley make this interesting. You know what I'm saying? He
I
got
don't know,
15
man. After
knockouts
seeing
within them
Brock Jarvis,
17 fights, man. So that's a little different.
I gotta see the level, man, because I haven't really been seeing too much from these Australian fighters. But like I said, they got that heavyweight boy that I'm looking at. I can't wait to see him on that undercard. That's gonna be a real good fight. I'm pretty sure he's gonna get a stoppage, and we're gonna start talking about him more um, coming real soon because that big boy coming, and I think he got some real skill. Think about it. Australia ain't all whack. Joseph Parker, he from Australia too. So we
Yeah,
got
I mean,
you know so
you
Australia
got Joseph
isn't
Parker,
Ken Bosis.
you
We got
got
talent over there, so we
you
can't
got
always sleep in.
Tim Zoo.
Yep. We can't always. We got world champions from Australia, so I ain't gonna disrespect them, but their prospect talent just hasn't been real nice lately, from what I'm seeing. So I would love to see Jake Wally actually put up a good fight, have some good competition in this fight, and let's see how Cambosis look at 140.
Facts. And the co-main man with Scott Nicholson and Tierra Brown,
Oh
man.
yeah, I can't wait for that, man. Yo, you
That's the
realize we
other
gotta wake
fight
up
that's
early
more
as hell
interesting on this
tomorrow?
card. Yeah, it's gonna be in the morning, like
No,
in
no,
a
not
week.
just the morning. I saw
Yes,
Scott
Saturday
Nicholson
morning,
fighting
bro.
at
Like in the wee
6.
hours in the morning, bro.
Sky Nichols fighting at 6 in the morning, dog. I gotta get some rest.
Bro, it's gonna be this wee hours in the morning, dog.
We're
Like,
gonna
and
be
I'm up here
active.
like,
Yo, Kim, what we gotta start doing too is we gotta start calling these fights.
we can. I did a watch party for the Tank Roast, which that was the first time I did it, and it got crazy. It got some nice views on there, man. So it was
Yeah,
crazy because that was the first time I did it for real. So you know,
bro,
so we can fuck around
I'm
do that.
down. And yo,
But
I know you
with
can
Cam
tell.
Boses, it's gonna be coming on like early in the morning. So one thing I wanted to tell you too. One
Mhm.
thing that caught my eye about you, you know what I'm saying, what kind of, really, you know what I'm saying, got me like tapped in with you was I seen how like how you how you maneuver with covering the fights, as far as like you catching and know the highlight moments and stuff of each fight and stuff, and then how you look at I peep how you watch the interviews and stuff, and you getting certain interviews and certain moments and stuff like that and everything, which is like it really like really brought me into you on, you know what I'm saying, where I'm
Yeah,
like
I
it because
appreciate that, man.
you was
You
doing
one of the
you doing the same shit that I was doing heavy before I actually started like doing videos and shit,
getting
like and
traction.
started like actually like letting my face be seen on the videos, recording, me talking, giving my opinions and takes and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then
and
I
that's
had
what
to listen more so to your takes and stuff. Then I'm like, okay, I'll fuck with his takes, like, you know what I'm saying. And then a person with me, like, I don't want to be having a positive conversation with everybody that agree with me and shit at the same time and shit. You know
hell
what I mean?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you wanted to be a little different and
Yeah,
shit. You know
you
what I'm saying?
cause
In certain
think
cases,
about
you feel
this.
me?
Boxing is so controversial. Man, I got my boy Antoine. He don't do content or nothing, but he's the guy. He's like my brother. I watch the fight with him every weekend. We kick it. We watch all the fights. He's real into it, but he's really a boxing fan, like to the T. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm not talking about he's a historian, but like he's a real big boots fan. So and he's somebody he always end up putting how at the end of the conversation, Cam J, he always talk about he about to fight next. I'm like, come on, man. So I love this. I noticed that boxing is so controversial, and I love it. I love it. So we're not gonna always agree with each other. You
Oh
got your
yeah,
favorite fighters, I got my favorite fighters.
for
You
sure.
know, so
Always, that's how it's supposed to be.
and
It's
it's
supposed to
going
be.
but
I
the thing
don't
about
want
what
yes
we gonna
men
do
around me.
the thing about what we gonna do is we unbiased with it. We gonna keep it,
For
casual because
sure,
we
man.
want
I just
everybody
had
in
to
here.
tell you that I definitely like admire just seeing like because the way I see how you've been grinding with the content And it was the same way
I
how I was
appreciate
grinding
that,
when I
bro.
first started doing the boxing content,
It's
over
crazy.
this last few years, you know what I'm saying? Where
Yeah,
I
it's
was
crazy
grinding,
though. It's crazy
I'm
though.
grinding, posting clips, videos,
Yup.
but I still do it. Like I still
Yeah.
do it just for content for for my platform and shit. Cause I
Yep.
know they be wanting to see, see the highlights from these fights. Some people they don't be watching the fight. Sometimes they know I'm gonna post the highlights and shit
Yep.
like
They
that.
gonna get
So
a take and they ain't even watch it.
yeah. So
But it's
like you know what I'm saying, so it'd be cool. So I had to let you know on
yeah,
that
not
shit
not,
though
and
for
I
sure,
appreciate
man,
that,
for
Kim
sure.
J, for you showing me love. And it's crazy that I only been doing this now. This is my, like I told you, this is my first month, doing this content, and I can't believe how much progress I made in this month. I know it's not always gonna be like that. I lucked up, and I started during the last crescendo in the Tank fight, so I ended up
But
having some
it
viral
was
vid.
perfect timing though because of
Perfect
the
timing, man.
algorithm.
So I started at
It was
345
perfect time because
followers.
of the algorithm.
You
No
know what I'm
cap. Because
saying?
I mean, it's so many tricks and trades to the game that I didn't
Yup.
see you because I see you on in a lot of the boxer groups that I'm in Facebook. So I'm like, oh, I see you. He in a lot of the
Yup.
same groups and shit. You
Yup.
know what I mean? Going crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
we should
you know what
start
I
going
mean?
live there too, cause I know we got a lot of traction there. So I feel like
Yeah.
it'll start bringing, it'll start bringing
Yeah.
some more
Yeah,
traction to.
I'm gonna share it back. I ain't do it because I was on some other shit during the live. Usually I would share. I usually would share the. I'm gonna share it definitely to the live to the groups
Yeah,
and
no,
shit.
for
You know what I
sure,
mean?
not for
So
sure.
for sure.
Another
And I'm gonna
thing.
clip some shit up too. You know what I'm saying? On some shit too as well. But
Mhm.
last fight with the pro, you got Pro Box TV got a card too as well. You know what I'm saying?
Do they?
I don't
Oh,
want to leave them out.
yeah, nah, yeah. Let's not,
Um,
cause I ain't gonna lie. I'm just now.
I don't want to predict too many of the fights from the card too much. But so they definitely got a card on
Who's fighting
Saturday.
on that card?
Lester Martinez versus Joshawn James is the main event. You got Vladimir Hernandez versus Isaiah Lucero.
Oh, yep,
Um,
yep, yep. Yo, you know that dude's the underdog. Man, I hope I don't lose. I hope I don't lose, God. Cause
Jesse Magalino, he's fighting Luis Correa. Jasmine Artiga versus Regina Chavez.
yo, Cam,
Kelvin
in terms of
Davis,
that
he fight
dude.
on the card.
Yo, Cam, in terms of that, what's his name? The second fight you just named. He's fighting a dude that's like 16-6, and he's the underdog. And he only lost, I think, one fight. Or no fights. I don't even think he was defeated.
Yeah, and Anthony Cuba on the card too. Again, he
Anthony
fighting.
Tube
He
was
just
fighting.
fought
Oh
this
yeah.
past. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what's his name fighter that fought Camille Molden.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Damn. I'm drawing a blank. I know exactly who you're talking
dang,
about too.
dang,
Damn, who's his fighter? Who's his promoter?
uh,
Damn, I feel like I
just
just drew a
drew
blank right there.
a
Hold on, let me look it
complete
up.
blank.
Yo, that's crazy. I drew one too. Hold on.
Anthony, I gotta look it up just cause, I just
Yeah,
cause.
you don't want we don't want to butcher it.
Yeah, he signed with um
What's his name again? My fault. I blacked on that. Hold on. What's his name?
do the tank file. Leo Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz.
Yeah, Leo Santa Cruz. Yeah, he signed with Leo Santa Cruz. So yeah, he on the card, man. Anthony Q. It's a lot of fights on the card, man. So I mean, that's
I'm
a
gonna
good
tune in.
card. That
Ain't
card
that?
starts at
That's
that
tomorrow.
yeah, that's tomorrow too. That card starts at 6.
PM.
So yeah, 6 p.m. So that's an
Yeah,
early
I
card
love
on
how
YouTube to
boxing's been
watch.
so on schedule too, man. I feel like I've been able to catch each main event for the past couple weeks. You know what I mean? I feel like it hasn't been dragging. They've been on time. They've been on point pretty much. So I've been really rocking with that.
Fast. And that takes us to the main card that you know what I'm saying, we here
Oh
for.
yeah. Oh yeah. I've been
Um,
waiting to
I,
talk
I
about this, man. Cause
Fundora,
I
you know what I'm
got
saying,
I got a
Sebastian
strong
Fundora
take.
versus Cordell Booker, man. Interesting. Robert Guerrero's on this card. I don't know why. I don't know why.
PBC's cards ain't
Hurst.
never
I do
great,
want to
great.
mention Hursty Vargas, a Mayweather prospect. He's fighting at the beginning of this card as well. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
under
they have been having some good preliminaries. They've been having some good
yeah.
pre. Their undercard hasn't been perfect, but it's fine. We've been, we don't get it because as long as the main event is worth it, and which I 100% know it's gonna be worth it. One
Yeah,
hundred percent.
man, and just to talk about it, start with the main card, man. Elijah Garcia versus Terrell Gotcha, man. Um,
You
this
think Terrell could?
fight,
Ain't Terrell the underdog? You think he could pull off an
yeah,
upset?
he the underdog. Yeah, Elijah Garcia 16-1, 13 knockouts. He is southpaw.
Mm,
Lost by a split decision to Kyron Davis, Keyshawn Davis' brother, last
okay.
year in the summer. And
Oh
Terrell
yeah, I
Gosser
remember that
20,
fight. That
he
was
24-4, 12 knockouts, orthodox fighter. He lost to Carlos Adames
mm,
last summer in 2024.
how
I think
did
that was on they
Adamas
was on the
stop
same
them or
card. It was on the tank card actually.
did Adamas stop
Yeah,
him in
the
that
Elijah
fight?
Garcia fight was on the prelims of the tank Frank card, and Carlos Adames um Terrell Gosher. I remember that fight. Like
Did Adamas stop
Gosher
him in that fight?
didn't put the pressure on to win the fight. Like he couldn't. Carlos Adames' defense was too good for him to get to him for real. I mean, in that fight, from what I seen, what I remember.
How did that fight play out? Did Adamas stop him?
Oh no, Adames he
UD
won by split decision.
split. Oh yeah, I remember that fight though. I do remember that fight.
Yeah, it was a
I'm gonna
close
have to
fight.
rewatch
Like
that one.
it was a close fight because Adames
I remember
he
that fight.
wasn't doing too much like offensive wise for real in the second half of the fight. But I mean, this fight in particular, I mean, I got Elijah Garcia winning by a decision at least at the least.
Okay.
I could see. I don't. I mean, Terrell Gosher got a good chin.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't really got knocked out. In his career. I think got stopped once in his career, maybe if I
Okay.
believe.
Man, let's talk about Fundora, man. I'm ready.
Let me do the and then I
Oh, who's
gotta talk
next?
about the co-main with Jesus Ramos Jr.
Oh
Man,
yeah, Jesus is
he
fighting. He
fighting
can fight that.
Guido Scram. This is a fight. This is a tune-up fight for him. Uh, right now, of course, with Jamil Charlo. Where we were speaking about him earlier, he's rumored right now. Jamil Charlo, he's linked to coming back to fight in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And right now the opponents that they have for Jamil is um Morzalov, the
They got
one cat, the one
Bakram.
cat that beat up Tim Zoo to just stop Tim Zoo.
They
More
got
to,
Bakram too.
and
Bakram
yeah, Bacron, that's what I was talking about. And Jesus
cold.
Ramos is one of the possible opponents, and Sebastian Fundora as well, possibly.
Bakram
And
got a crazy stat. Like he throw the most jabs in a round or some crazy ass stat I heard when he fought Zoo. I was like, damn, he's a problem like that.
Yeah,
Man, when I saw that Zoo
Jesus
fight,
Ramos, he 22-1 with 82 knockouts. He a southpaw. He won by 8-round knockout against Jason Rosario this past year.
yeah,
And he did knock out Johan Gonzalez.
yeah,
Dude that
yep.
just beat what's his name? That just retired this past week.
Um, Jared,
Jared Hurd.
Hurd, yep,
Yeah,
Jared Hurd,
yeah,
yep.
yeah. He not. Yeah, what's it called? Jesus Ramos. He knocked Johan Gonzalez out this past year as well. Guido Scrim 16-3, 9 knockouts. Just lost this past year to Vladimir Hernandez in a 6 round knockout.
Is that the dude
That
that's fighting?
this is a yeah. This is an
He's on this card
easy.
though. That Vladimir ain't he on it? Ain't he on that card?
Let me see. I don't think. I don't. I'm not
He was on a
sure.
card that we was maybe it was the Pro Box TV card.
I
He's
don't.
fighting, right?
Let me see if he on a pro box squad. Uh,
Thought I heard he was fighting.
yeah, he's on a. He's actually he's the co-main for the pro box card.
Yeah, I thought so. I
Yep,
thought.
yep,
Yep.
he is. Yep,
So
and
that's good.
this
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 is gonna
fight
be a
this
great
is
night of fight.
this is a stage up fight for him, man. I think Jesus Ramos should go ahead and get dude out of here for real.
Okay,
Honestly,
you think you gonna stop him?
yeah, this is a stoppage, early stoppage,
Early stoppage.
early between 1 and 5 for sure.
Yeah, stopping him under 5. I predict the same thing for that. I kind of looked at dude's fighting skill level. I just don't think he's world class, to be honest. So yeah, I predict the stoppage under 5.
Yeah, man, and that take us to the main event, man,
Yes, sir.
with
We've been
Sebastian
dying for this
Fundora
right
versus
here.
Cordell Booker, man.
Oh
Sebastian
man.
Fundora, 21-1, 13 knockouts. He's a southpaw as well. He beat
Mm.
Tim Tszyu last year in March 2024, man. About a
Grueling
year
fight.
exactly away
Grueling.
from that win. Only concerning thing about Sebastian Fundora, the fight before, he lost by knockout to
That
Brian
was crazy. He
Mendoza in
caught him.
2023, which is he was winning that fight the whole fight, and
Caught him.
up until he got hit with a good shot from Mendoza, and it was lights out after that, man. And he's fighting Cordell Booker, of course, 23-1, 11
He
knockouts. He's a
shot.
southpaw as well.
Yeah, but
He just beat Brian Chavez in his last fight, third
Cordell
round
shot.
knockout, and Cordell Booker's on a 6-fight win streak right now, currently, since he
Uh,
lost to Ammo Williams in 2022 by knockout. He
let
lost
me
to
talk
Ammo
about
Williams
that.
by knockout in the first round in 2022. Was
Let's
nasty
talk
work.
about that. Cause yes, he's on a 5-fight win streak, right? None of those guys even resemble, not even close to Fundora. Not even a southpaw in his last since Emma Williams, he hasn't fought a southpaw. And you know what happens the last time he fought a southpaw? He was knocked out in the first round. So I just, in my opinion, that 2022 loss you should have been fighting at least one or two southpaw fighters to at least, you know what I'm saying, to get, is that your problem? Is that your Achilles heel? Is a southpaw? You know what I'm saying? So that's something that, I think Fundora might show world class skills. Fundora got a lot to live up to right now. Let me tell you why. His sister is the youngest undisputed champion ever. Fight
Dang.
family. This is what they do. They don't. All they do is box, 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 box. That's what they said at the press conference, and I believe it. I think Fundora stops him early. I do, and I know Cordell is coming to fight, and I
They can
know
stop him early.
I know my boy Fundora is coming off of a crazy grueling fight, split decision win to be unified champion. But what I think about Fundora is he is a dog that likes to fight on the inside, and he don't gotta. He could use his reach, but he don't, which I have noticed in his fighting style. But he has pop. He just fought a lot of world, class fighters in a lot of his past fights, including like the fight with Tim Tszyu in his last one. So I think, and when he does get stopped, he stops him early. And I think Fundora is going to expose some of those vulnerabilities of him not fighting a southpaw. You can get it all in sparring all you want, but if you ain't getting those rounds in a professional bout, you're going to see a big difference, especially with a world class fighter like Fundora, who's now a new champion with that championship confidence. So
Facts.
that's my take on that. I don't want to count Cordell Booker out because I did look at his 5-fight win streak, and it has been impressive. He has been elusive. If let me tell you how he can win this fight. If he's able to use his head movement, if he's able to go in and go out, he can't stay. He
Gotta
can't stay
fight on the
all.
outside for
You
sure.
can't. He can't be all the way in. He can't be all the way out. He can't stay inside because that's Fundora's style. He's gonna knock you out. He's gonna hurt you. He's not
Facts.
just a big 6'6" guy. He do got pop for that skinny frame, and he also has to be able to touch Fundora's body, which is easy. I mean, it's harder than it seems to do. Because if that's the case, then everybody would have did it. Yes, Mendoza caught him with a great shot. Two of them,
Facts.
actually. The second one was ridiculous. That first one froze him like this. The second one had the sweat come off his head, and he was frozen, and his legs was like, damn, I wanted to get up, but nah. You seen it in his face. He was looking like this. He was like this. Damn.
Bruh, for
He said
real.
these legs. He said these legs is gone.
Dead
And he got some big
ass.
ass giraffe legs. It's like a giraffe falling. So I'm not saying
For
that
real.
Cordell can't pull off an upset, but I do feel like Fundora just has more to gain and more to lose from this fight. So I think that would give him the edge, in my opinion. Yes, Cordell was hungry, but I really just have to see it. I just have to see
Yeah,
it.
man.
I can't
I
wait till
mean, me
tomorrow.
personally,
Tomorrow's
I
gonna be
think with
lit. They fighting at
Sebastian
like 1 in the
Fundora,
morning, 12 in the morning.
yeah, Sebastian Fundora, man, I think he should win this fight for sure. I'm gonna say by decision at the max. But
Yeah,
I mean, this Cordell Booker is a big guy at 5'9". He's a big guy. I
true.
mean, his last fight he looked like he hydrated up crazy, man.
But he
You know
doesn't
what I'm
pack a
saying? Up
super
to like
powerful
20,
punch though.
25 pounds. Um, one thing and think about it too with Earl. Earl's 5'9" as well. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
he's a body snatcher.
I just don't
Cordell
think.
Booker, he's a guy that he invests in the body a lot in a lot of fights that I've seen from him. And I think if he can invest in the body and fight on the outside, you don't want to fight on the inside with Fundora because that's Fundora, that's up his alley. He's a great inside fighter. You know what I'm saying?
The
Fight on
thing
the inside.
is how is he gonna
And
fight?
I don't
It's,
think Booker can last fight on the inside banging,
you gonna
banging it
be
out,
he
having a
gonna have to be like
brawl
Usyk
with
tomorrow.
Fundora like that.
He gonna have to be like Usyk tomorrow.
Yeah, most
That's
definitely. You
that's
gonna have to fight
that's the
out
only way I see him
definitely.
winning is if he's like Usyk tomorrow.
If he fights similar to that style, that's the way you can you can
And he could
definitely
do it because
have a
you
victory.
said Booker's a southpaw, right?
Yeah,
So he could do it. And he does have the ability. From what I've seen, he does have the ability and the elusiveness and the footwork to move around. But it's all about because he's gonna have to get inside. He's
man.
gonna
I
have
think
to get
this
in.
fight going.
Just because
I ain't gonna lie.
Fundora,
I think this is gonna be a banger.
this is gonna be a phenomenal fight.
I think it's gonna be a bang. I think they're gonna bang. I think this is gonna be a tougher fight for Fundora than what people portray. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
What
know.
they perceive.
I think it's gonna be as good as long as it lasts. That's my.
You think it's gonna be early, man? You saying it's gonna be early?
He's going down in 5, bro. He's going down in 5. I just don't see. I just don't see him. I just don't see what he like. I seen his skill set. He has the ability, yes, but this is a tall order, Cam. It's a tall,
Definitely is.
literally a tall order. You telling me
Definitely
he got a
is.
fight on the outside with a guy that's 6'6"? How? He's a foot taller than you, my man. A foot taller. He's a whole foot taller than the man.
That's a fact.
It's a literal tall order. My opinion, I do see. I mean, I think it's gonna be whoever implements the style first and longer will have the best because he's elusive. Like I said, if he can get Fundora to miss and make him pay, that's gonna be what does it. He
Yeah,
can't be
man. I
over
mean,
aggressive.
Fundora
If
right
he's over
here.
aggressive, or
I
if he
need
even gets
Fundora to
tired a
win
little
this
bit, because
fight
Fundora is
because
going.
yeah, I need Fundora to win this fight for real, man. Because I definitely want to see him against
Xander,
maybe
Xander
Bachram,
Zayas.
Bachram, or Jamel Charlo possibly from what they talking about. Earl
I want to
Spence
see
right
him
now. I'm
against
not
Xander
worried about
Zayas. Give
Earl.
my
Earl
boy a
need to tune
shot.
up before he get back into motion for real at 154. We know Bud. They about
You
to
about to release that interim
they
belt?
about to
Yeah, I
release
seen that.
that title from Bud. You know what I'm saying? Because he's about to fight Canelo and who else you got at 154? He got two of the fight. He got
Xander
two of the titles.
Zayas. Give my boy a shot.
Hey, is Xander ready though?
Hell yeah.
You think so?
Hell yeah.
Man, cause
Hell
I'm
yeah.
watching Xander, man. I like Xander, man. I just
Xander's
don't
ready.
know. I don't know the matchmake because we already know
He might not
top
have all the pop.
top rank matchmaking is incredible over there. And I
True.
ain't saying that.
Listen,
I ain't
listen.
saying
That
he
boy got some
fighting
skill.
bums, but I just worry about is he ready for that competition, like that level,
He's
like.
ready and he's hungry, yo. I'm telling you, he's taking one of them. He's taking one of them. That boy's too young, too sharp, and too hungry. He's taking one of them. I'm telling you, Cam. Yo, listen. I'm he gonna murk one of them boys. I know it's a tall. Yo, if he fights Sebastian Fundora, he's stopping him for sure. He's either gonna
What's
stop
the
him or
fight?
outpoint
I'm
him.
looking at,
He's
because
he's
I mean
too fast for this weight class.
he's in the
Wait, he's
WBC.
at 54. Oh shit! I'm sorry, Virgil. Oh shit! What happened to Virgil? Oh, sorry, Virgil. Virgil the best at 54, in my opinion. Uh,
It's a good. I
it,
like
it's
I
it's
like
toss ups though.
Bachram.
It's still toss ups because it's boxing.
Then you got Eunice Telez. He the interim champion at
Yeah,
WBA.
Tellez nice too. I just
He
watched
about to
him
get
fight.
elevated. He's about to get elevated as
You
champion
think
at
you think
WBA
he's gonna be
now.
the one? You know, I think Xander Zayas is gonna get elevated.
I mean,
He's gonna get.
Zayas, he's only in the WBC sanctioning body, so he would have to try to fight Sebastian Fundora.
Mm.
The thing is,
And that's what he want though.
Virgil's the mandatory though because he's the interim champion for Sebastian Fundora.
Mm. And I know Virgil want that.
And you got Serhii Boychuk. No, he won the head of Xander
Damn, yo,
Zayas.
54 is cracking.
You got Charles
Yo, these weight
Caldwell.
classes is cracking.
They got some killers at
Yo, it's
154, bro.
I'm sorry.
That's the
I put
best
everybody
division
on this
right now,
high
for real,
pedestal.
honestly.
It's 50, 50, 50, 50, 50s. That's all I'm
I
seeing.
would like to see Xander Zayas to fight one of these contenders if he can't get a title shot right away
Yeah,
right
I
now.
got I gotta see
We
some.
need a step up fight for Xander Zayas now.
Yeah.
It's time to step him up now, man. Put him against. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight against, maybe, Colin Wash. That'd be a decent fight.
That'll be a good fight.
That's a decent fight, you know what
That's
I'm
that
saying?
dude's cracking right now. So
Unless they
especially after
want to
that
test
first
him out
round
against
knockout, that was
Boychuk.
nasty.
I think Boychuk available right now, man.
Yeah, like there's some great competition fights, and a lot of people think Boachuk got robbed against Virgil, dropped him
Yeah.
twice.
That was a close fight, bro.
That was
That fight could have went
crazy.
either way. I like Boychuk. Boychuk follow me on
I gave
Twitter,
it to.
man.
I ain't gonna lie. I did give it to Boachuk at first, but then I watched it and I was like, damn, he was attacking the body a lot. The body points that he was scoring, definitely wanted him to fight. Yeah, granted he had those 10-8s, but he was winning a lot of the rounds, man. He was. Man,
If I'm Fundora, I would if he gets past Booker. If I'm Fundora, I'll be looking at possibly trying
you
to
know
fight
he's only gonna be
like
looking at
Virgil.
unification. He ain't gonna be looking at.
If you looking for, cause I think he's looking more so for money fights because he was
Oh
like
no,
literally locked in to fight Earl.
he
So
he.
if he's looking for a money fight, fight Virgil Ortiz.
I don't think he's looking for a money fight though. Especially now, like I said, his sister now undisputed. Like I'm telling you, he said he got to catch up.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think he wants to. He has the
he's going
aspiration to
straight
want
to
to unify.
unification. I think.
But the way him and and Samson Lickowitz, they be
Yeah,
talking. They want to maximize the money for
they
their
want to get
fighter
some
as
chicken
well.
first. Yeah, okay.
And if you looking at the landscape, like at the WBC, Virgil Ortiz, that's a fight that makes perfect sense for Sebastian if he trying to make some money because Virgil, he had a big Spanish crowd, a fan
Mm-hmm.
base. He got the Spanish fans base, and then he got Texas. He holding down Texas.
Yeah,
That could be a big
but
fight for real
Virgil's a
between the
champion,
two.
so it'll make sense, right?
Yeah, he's the interim champion, so
So
it makes much
it
sense.
makes sense, man.
If I
You
was
know,
Virgil, I'd try to mandate it. If they trying to be on championship timing right away, like
yeah.
try to mandate that.
Yeah, man. Yo, this tomorrow's gonna be crazy, man. We definitely gonna get up early and we gonna be
Yeah,
chopping it up
man.
and
I'm
shit.
gonna be up early to catch
You know,
these Cambosos fight, man. To get
hell yeah,
some try to get some footage, see what happened in this fight, man, for sure.
hell yeah,
We
hell
got a
yeah.
pro box card tomorrow. Then we got, of course, PBC Fundora and Booker Card on Amazon Prime for free. You know what I mean?
Cam
Man,
Bosses.
go ahead. Hey, go ahead and give them your socials, man, and
You
tell them
know
where to
that, man.
find you, man.
Everybody follow me on all socials at Doobie's Ring. DOOBIES Ring. We
For
here,
sure,
man.
man. For sure.
Shout out to my boy Cam J, man. This was
For
great
sure,
doing this
man.
with you. You know
This
we
was
gonna
my
run it
first
back.
live, and just to let you know, this is my first live stream on YouTube, man, and maybe
Okay.
more. So, so
Okay.
we had to turn it up
You
for
know we
sure.
here. We here,
For
bro.
sure,
We
man.
gonna get it.
And
We
you know
gonna
what I'm
get it
saying?
cracking. We
Everybody,
gonna
you
build
already
it
know,
up.
man. Like this video, man. Comment
Subscribe.
on it if y'all been watching on the playback. You know, subscribe to CamJNetwork.
Subscribe.
Follow my boy Doobie's Ring for sure, man. Follow
Yes,
CamJNetwork
sir.
on all socials, man. And we out of here, man. Fights
We out of
tomorrow.
here.
It's up.
Peace.